Well, hello there. Let me just answer that for you right away, with my own voice instead of typing it. Doing fine, Zoe. How about you, Jess?
I'm doing pretty good. Also,
Goodness.
you also kind of fucking scared me. I was aware we were gonna jump, but I was checking my phone, and then you suddenly started talking. I was like, "What?"
Nice. Perfect. Just keeping you on your toes.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
But hello,
But no,
everyone. Welcome
but no.
to another edition. You want to say it?
Yes. We are here on the Age Show now on Twitch instead of Spotify.
Yeah, for the third time.
Sorry, I'll quit.
but,
It's gotten old now. So.
right. But basically, we will be continuing Final Fantasy XIV talks because we went on for a long time last week, and we had a lot
Yeah,
to say.
yeah. My sister was like, "Damn, y'all were talking all day." I'm like, "No, we weren't. It was like 4 hours. Get over it."
Still, that's a long time. But again, we have that power now that we're not doing this on Spotify, because again, we would have to edit that audio, and I can 4 hours would have taken. That would
Way
that
too
would
long.
that would not be one sitting of editing.
Oh, absolutely not. Oh my god. But no, we could talk freely now, and maybe every so often actually not worry about saying a swear word, but not excessively.
Not excessively, but also
Yeah.
in other news, I do have a main and a VOD channel made on YouTube now. So if you
Heck
want
yeah.
to subscribe to those, I will probably I'm gonna get all the Age Show ones uploaded onto the VOD channel, but I'll probably save other streams maybe for another time. I have not decided yet. Like for instance, I may not upload like the Final Fantasy 3 ones, but I might. I just need to download all the VODs and get it going. But alright, so let's
Funny
start the.
incident.
Go
If
ahead.
you had a funny incident, maybe upload a clip of it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. When do I get to join? I don't know.
Whenever you want to.
I,
We
I
can.
I have no idea.
We'll have to actually we'll have to discuss that because it'll usually be Sundays. So maybe next Sunday.
But alright, so let's get this started proper. We were talking about Final Fantasy 14 jobs because, like I said, we just couldn't get enough. We talked for 4 hours last week talking about Final Fantasy. Three and a half of those hours being Final Fantasy 14 specifically. And we
Oh
wanted
god.
to talk about the jobs last week. So we are continuing the talks today, and the jobs conversation will probably be, I don't know, an hour and a half if we're lucky.
Well, we'll figure it out because some things will probably be positive and some will probably be negative and maybe some will just be an observation, neither
Yeah.
good nor bad.
As a matter of fact, I have a tier list I made about a personal tier list I made about 2 months ago now, maybe three. So, and because I've leveled up almost every combat class so far, except for three. So those three will get a little bit of like touch upons, but that's about it for me personally. So, but first things first. Question of the week.
Yeah, you're right.
Sticking to Final Fantasy 14, we're just gonna straight up ask, what is your favorite Final Fantasy 14 job, and why? Jess, would you like to start while I get out this tweet?
Yeah, go ahead. So call me a basic bitch. I am basic. I really like Red Mage. I I know I mentioned this on the podcast, but I guess I'll be pretty brief here, just so it's on Twitch. Um, when I first started playing this game, I did originally start as a conjurer. It did turn into a white mage. I was very naive, and I did not know that a white mage was pretty much strictly a healer. Of course, it had its attacks, but it was strictly meant for support and healing only. And that pretty much meant everyone's lives were in your hands. And I was like, I do not like that. Personally, at least at the time. Um, and then I, of course, was told, you, of course, could switch your job at any time. However, depending on which job it is and when it was introduced into the game, you would have to level it from that level all the way to where you currently are if you want to keep going in the story as that job. So, like, at level 50, if I wanted to be a Dragoon, I'd have to start as a level 1 Lancer. unless I wanted to buy a job skip book, which I wasn't too keen on that at first. It cue to me later, basically buying all of my jobs. But at the time, I decided to switch to Red Mage because at the time, when I reached level 50, Samurai and Red Mage were both 50 because they were introduced in Stormblood. And out of the two, Red Mage seemed a better fit because it was kind of a mix of what I was already doing plus some new stuff. Cue to me never switching classes. I just went through the whole game as Red Mage.
Yep.
I mean, I like how like you don't have a ton of responsibilities, I guess, unless everyone starts to die, and then at that point, literally everyone and their mother and their grandmother is like, "Oh, Res Mage, please help me," and I just stare at all of them like, "You are lucky I'm nice."
For sure.
Well, that and I also don't want to die, so you know, it would be beneficial to get the tank up at least.
And then, real quick, Zoe, definitely see your answer for Wheat Mage because you suck at combos. Jess is a backup healer.
I mean, kinda. I mean, I definitely know how to spam Vercure. I'm very, very good at it.
Yeah, specifically on herself, but you know.
I mean, I used to do it for you, when, you know, like, me, you, and, someone else would go do those, level 80, dungeon maps, you know, where they recommend you have 8 people. We did it with just a Dark Knight, a Dragoon or Summoner, and then me. And the amount of mana potions I had, thanks.
Yeah, basically, we would have somebody tanking, and then me on full DPS, and then Jess on red mage for whatever healing may be needed.
Yeah, it worked.
All right, so
It just
I guess let me get to mine. So, my favorite Final Fantasy XIV job. So, I guess I'll mention I started out whenever I started playing this game back in A Realm Reborn, roughly about 8-9 years ago. I started off as a thaumaturge into Black Mage, and honestly, really enjoyed it. But then, whenever Ninja came out, someone has missed, yeah. Um, but then whenever Ninja came out, I was like, hell yeah, ninjas are dope. I love ninjas. And then I got that to 50, and then I played that strictly from the rest of A Realm Reborn all the way to Shadowbringers. So Ninja was my main job for a long time. And I still love and appreciate Ninja, but I no longer play it, and I will get to that later.
is, I think
Because
you have some
I have some words to say and I'm not happy. So,
okay, we'll get there though.
but my current favorite job, and the job that is my main, is machinist, because shooty bang bang. It's just a lot of fun. You have a gun, you have machines, and
You
it
summon
may
a
be
mech.
basic. Yeah, it's got a mech, summon my queen, like,
Hell yeah.
but just it's a lot of fun. It may be basic in terms of combos and other things like that, but it's just I've really honed machinist, and like I definitely think I could do extreme and savage content. I could definitely do extreme content. I've proven that to myself multiple times. It's just
mean-
I don't like doing it by myself.
Yeah, I'd rather
Machinist
go
supremacy.
with genus supremacy. Hey, Jericho, thank you.
Hell yeah.
That's true though. That's true though. I'll admit I do like machinists, but it definitely doesn't feel like it's my thing, personally.
Yeah, so I went from a very fast paced, like you have to be perfect at just about everything you do job, to hey, this is pretty simple and straightforward. Whenever the new machinist rework happened in Shadowbringers.
Yeah, because I have been told that machinist was pretty clunky at first. Something about like it was very RNG heavy and not in a good way, and it was just like a mess at the time. Not that it was bad, it just wasn't designed well, I guess.
Yeah,
But now it
pretty
has, and now it's like so straightforward. Pretty much anyone wants to play it.
yeah, pretty much. And I mean, to be fair, like again, for the tier list that I have that I made about 2-3 months ago, I will go ahead and say there are 3 jobs that are put on the list but they're not fully leveled yet. So basically, they are the ones that just kind of get a pass, and they're just sitting in a random spot for now. So, and I will get to those whenever I get to my personal tier list, but yeah.
I mean, do you want to just read your list first? Because I have a list, but there is a bit of a caveat to it.
Yeah, because Jess has like a little over half of the combat classes.
Yeah, I have been pretty lazy and not been leveling any of these classes. So I basically have two lists. The list of these classes that I have been playing and have leveled versus ones that I maybe have been working on, but they're not fully leveled yet. So that second list will probably be a lot more just opinions based on how I feel, rather than actually how I feel about it.
Okay, so starting from the bottom to the top, the bottom two are actually, like, they are here for a reason. For me.
Oh, can I guess your number one bottom one, please?
I'm pretty sure I sent you this list. I'm pretty sure whenever I made it 3 months ago.
I know, but I forgot. But no, I forgot. Can I take a guess?
Okay, you're gonna be wrong though.
Am I?
Maybe.
My first thought was, is it Dark Knight?
Okay, yeah, no, it's Dark Knight. The bottom one is Dark
Yeah.
Knight because what the actual fuck is this job?
Oh.
Like, I don't understand what happened to Dark Knight going into Endwalker, in my personal opinion.
Oh.
So for instance here, let me pull this up. I think this trait is absolutely stupid, and I hate it. Level 84, Dark Knight gets Enhanced Unmend. Reduces recast time of plunge by 5 seconds when executing Unmend on most targets. Unmend is your ranged attack.
Yeah,
That basically
your,
you'll use to start a fight or something, for instance.
Yeah, if you don't use plunge, you'll use unmend.
Exactly. So my question is, why would you be using Unmend in a pool of multiple monsters? You're not using Unmend besides maybe once to start it if you're not plunging. And the only time you're using it in a boss fight is if you're too far away to melee. So, like, yeah, I could get it in that sense, but plunge has 2 charges.
It does.
If you're really waiting for that cooldown, you have some other problems, in my opinion. Like, yeah, it's a little extra damage and you're looking for high DPS, especially in extreme and savage content. But I do not like this trait. Not to mention, I don't like the skill Oblation, which reduces damage taken by a party member or self by 10% for 10 seconds, and it also gets 2 charges. While all the other tanks get a upgrade of a previous move that gives them some kind of healing, whether it's a regen or a flat heal once they hit a certain percentage of HP, or you can be warrior and just heal your fucking self.
Warrior makes my life more irrelevant every day.
I love playing warrior, and we will get to that.
Yeah, we'll get there, but
Here's the thing. I respect Dark Knight, to those of you that really want to continue playing it, because I still think the aesthetic is cool. I'm just a little eared, because I loved Dark Knight. I really did. And I do not like what it got.
I'm so mad. Like, it was literally my number one tank, and now it's not. And I'm like, damn it. It was doing so good in Shadowbringers. Now, obviously, people had some nitpicks, and that's understandable, but I personally liked it in Shadowbringers. It was simple and straightforward. It felt good to do. You didn't feel weak. Now you feel weak. Like, I feel pathetically weak playing Dark Knight, and that sucks. Something in my brain was like, hey Jessica, if you're gonna level a tank, level Gunbreaker. And I'm glad I did. Gunbreaker is fun.
Zoe loves warriors, especially good ones. Yeah. Warrior is great.
Yeah, I appreciate a good warrior too, but they make my job on Sage irrelevant every day.
Indeed. Okay.
Stop.
So since you guessed Dark Knight at the bottom, you already know what's following that up.
Is it Ninja?
Ninja is getting shafted. So,
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that for sure too.
see, here's the thing. I'm not gonna deep dive on this one as much. Basically, what happened is I leveled Ninja because I was like, oh yeah, Ninja should be hella fun, and I leveled it within the first 2 weeks of Endwalker coming out after Machinist. I think actually, yeah, I think Ninja might have been my second. In terms
Well,
of
I'm
my healing
assuming
and
Machinist
DPS.
was your first because you helped me and you were on Machinist every time. So
Well, yeah, Machinist is my first. I was trying to think of if Ninja was actually second.
pretty sure it was. It was early for
If it
sure.
wasn't second, then it was third. Regardless, I leveled it up in the first 2 weeks, and Ninja was so much fun. I was like, hell yes, this is what I've been waiting for. I was like, this is the kind of stuff that will get me to play Ninja again more properly with the changes that they got. I was like, yes, perfect. And then the patch came out that followed up Endwalker, and they changed it. And I was like, I hate this. I no longer want to play Ninja. Probably because Ninja was doing too much DPS or something. I don't know why they changed it the way that they did in literally less than a month, but I was very irritated.
Well, isn't it also that they changed something about how your like uh your new Raiton combo worked?
Yes, that's what they changed.
Like,
Specifically.
you're like I'm not because as far as I know, the way you were explaining it, it made it seem like the main thing that they changed, other than the potencies, was just how the buttons were then pressed.
Yeah, because the thing is it was a combo. You would Raiton, yeah, Rip Ninja class. You would Raiton, and then you would do, I believe, Forked Raiju, and then Fleeting Raiju. It was a whole combo that you just did right after Raiton, which I
Yeah.
loved. And then they changed it where if you have stacks of Raiton, and you can only have up to 3, then you can use either of the Raiju moves. So basically, they both have a button now instead of sharing a button for a combo.
To be
So
fair, isn't one of them a gap closer and one of them just another attack
yes,
that you have to be in melee range for?
yes, the other one can gap close, which is nice. But at the same time, I was like, hell yeah, this is awesome whenever it first came out because it was a whole combo. I don't like stacking because it puts you into the situation where you have to do basically Raiton into your Tenchi Jin, and you can't. And here's the thing: if you do a combo after all that, instead of hitting Forked or Fleeting Raiju, you will lose those stacks. So you commit yourself.
Oh.
You commit yourself to doing that. I get it. I get it that it's within the opener. Like I understand that, but it's just I liked the combo aspect. All right, Zoe. See you later.
I didn't even. Oh, bye, Zoe. I didn't even remember you mentioning about the fact that like once you do it, you have to use those two unless you just want to lose it.
Yeah, no, like you commit yourself to doing it. That's just how it is.
I mean, I can understand that you would lose it after a certain amount of time, but I mean,
see, here's the thing: you can use Tenchi Jin and then use freaking. Why can't I not think of the name of it right now? Hold on.
Kasatsu, one of your mudras.
Let's see, Trick Attack. There we go.
Trick Attack. Okay.
Like seriously, that shows how much I have not been playing Ninja. I can't even think of Trick Attack anymore.
I mean, to be fair, we also haven't really been playing Final Fantasy recently.
That's also true, but that's beside the point. But like, because here's the thing: you have 2 charges of Mudras. If you really want, you could open up with Raitons and then Tenchi Jin, which will make you do another Raiton, and you'll have your 3 charges right then and there. And you can use Trick Attack, you can use Kasatsu, and use another Mudra. You just can't use any of your weapons, like your specific weapon skill actions that would break the combo.
Oh, okay.
Because Trick Attack is an ability, not a weapon skill, so it won't break it.
I see.
So yeah, that's why Ninja gets a big ol' thumbs down from me.
Well, that sucks. I'm sorry. Especially since it's a class that you really did like.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, literally, A Realm Reborn towards the end, whenever it came out, played it. It would be at the top of my personal tier list. Heavensward, it would be at the top. Stormblood, it was at the top because I actually do have a Stormblood tier list. I went back and thought about.
Well,
and then
maybe another day.
But then Shadowbringers, it wasn't far down, but it wasn't like top 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. If I'd have to look at the Shadowbringers list again.
I think you put it at number 2. But
Two,
I don't
two
remember.
or two or 3.
I don't remember, but you put it pretty high. I remember.
Yeah. Okay, but those are the 2 that I really wanted to touch upon. So, basically, for the next 3, I don't have a whole lot to say because I haven't leveled them or I've only played them a little bit so far. So, don't... Like, these 3 could move pretty much anywhere after I play them. So, these are just the placeholders for where they get to sit for now, which is Sage, Astrologian, and Gunbreaker. But Jess can talk about literally all 3 of those ones.
Hell yeah, I can. Definitely can.
But let's see. Do you want to just go through our tier list real quick and then go back and actually talk about the classes now instead of stopping at each one on mine?
Yeah, that'll probably be better.
Okay. So, again, 17 Sage, 16 Astrology, and 15 Gunbreaker. Those are just placeholders. Don't worry about those. Now, here's where we get back into jobs being done, or almost done. Basically, the only one that's in this list that's still technically not 90, but is like level 88, and I still appreciate, is Monk. So it gets put on the list for now.
Yeah, tier list time, Jerica. You about
Yep.
to hear our opinions.
So, number 14, White Mage. And it's kind of basically, I'll just do like a little touch of my own personal, like why it might be here, but then just move on quickly. So, White Mage, it's kind of here just because it doesn't feel as strong as it once did. Like, it's still like gonna have like a top DPS for healers, but I feel like its healing got weaker while the other healing got stronger. And I always saw White Mage as like, yes, if you want to have big heals basically all the time, and basically it'll be like you will have not as many issues and whatnot. And I don't know, it just, White Mage didn't feel as good here in Endwalker to me. I mean, I may not be a main healer, but yeah, that's beside the point. Number 13,
I could agree with that.
yeah.
But...
Number 13, Dragoon. Honestly, I don't really know why I put it here, because Dragoon's a lot of fun. It's just, I don't really play like the melee jobs a whole lot, unless they really come to me. Like Reaper, we'll get to that. So yeah, 13 Dragoon. But don't get me wrong, I love Dragoon. It's so much fun. I just don't play it enough to be like exceptional at it, which I can also say for number 12, Monk. I don't play it enough to be exceptional at it, but I do appreciate and love the job because of its fast pace, the fact that it can be fun, especially the changes they did to Monk and Endwalker.
Yeah, some of them, they seem pretty interesting, actually.
So, yeah. And then number 11, Paladin.
Wow.
Like basically, I'll also say this. The way I did this tier list was the first 3 are what I consider my current mains for DPS, tank, and healer, and then everything else after that follows. So, I will play Paladin. Like, from this list up, like, I will consistently play these classes, probably. So that's 11 classes.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot more than last time.
That is definitely more than last time. So, basically, you have Paladin at 11. Like, I would play this if it wasn't for Warrior, because you can already guess which one's my main tank, because I've already mentioned the other 3.
Yeah, I wonder who it could possibly be.
But I wonder, will Warrior be 2 or 3? 3 or 2?
That's true.
You'll have to figure that one out. So,
Thinking emoji.
Let's see here. But regardless, I would play Paladin. Paladin is fun. I do like Paladin. Number 10, Red Mage. This one went down a few notches for me, personally.
Makes you a little sad, but that's okay.
But that's just because of how much fun I'm having with all the other classes.
To be fair, a lot of these classes have gotten some interesting changes, and honestly, some of them I'm actually a lot more willing to try out now.
Interesting and nice changes. Speaking of which, number 9, Bard.
Bard.
Like, I appreciate the changes that Bard got with the extended timers for the songs, for the new
nice
move that follows up. Apex Arrow,
Oh, so fun.
and whatnot. As a matter of fact, here, let me pull that up real quick, just so I can actually...
It's a blast arrow.
Yeah, that's right, Blast Arrow. And basically, you also got Radiant Finale, which I really like, which uses the songs, so you get Bard, yes. More like Yas, you know.
Yas, queen. Oh wait, I'm sorry, that's Machinist.
Here's the thing, yeah, Machinist gets the whole thing, Yas Queen. Bard gets Yas.
Does Dancer just get yes?
Sure.
Oh, I like Dancer.
I like Dancer too, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I like Radiant Finale a lot, so, because whenever you use your songs, you basically get this little, I don't remember what they called it specifically. I call it a sticker.
It's a Coda sticker.
Yeah, Coda.
It's musical themed.
Because it's a bard! Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah! I appreciate it.
But yeah, so let's see. Moving on from that. Number 8 is Black Mage.
Yes. Yoshi P's favorite class.
I love, like, Black Mage just continues to be fun. It's never not going to be in my top 10. I feel like, because it just keeps getting stuff that's fun. Like, if you really want to, you can set yourself up to do, like, 4 Xenoglossies in a row.
I'm stupid, so.
If you wanted to. You don't necessarily need to do that. It's just fun. And then not to mention Paradox, which you can use after you switch between the elements every time.
Admittedly, Black Mage gets some of the coolest looking shit. It's so unfair.
Anything Yoshi P likes is automatically top tier, pretty much.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Number 7, we move on to Dancer.
Heck yeah.
Because
the class with the most ballin' outfits I've ever seen.
Yeah, the Endwalker outfit, both male and female, is good quality.
That is some top tier shit.
Like, that's some of the best outfits in the game.
Like, it may be unoriginal to just wear all of your job gear as your gear, but honestly, Dancer's is so good, I will never judge anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't care how many people have just the job outfit on their Dancer, it's good. Like,
It's solid.
If it's that good, just use it.
Yeah.
To the hell with it.
I don't care.
Unless you
it may not be original.
Unless you just have an absolutely exceptional glamour that you just love to use, then by all means.
Please dress the way you wish to dress. And if that includes wearing a bikini literally in the middle of frozen tundra, then do it.
Number 6, even though I haven't been playing it recently on Final Fantasy XIV whenever we have opened it, because we've just been, like, sticking to what we know more so because of the content that we're doing, since we're not playing it as often. But, number 6, Reaper.
Reaper. Hell yeah.
Reaper's just fun. It's fast-paced, but everything flows together very well, and everything like that, so... Like, it's not Monk fast-paced, but I would say it's faster than Dragoon. For sure.
I think in terms of speed, if fastest to slowest is Monk, Ninja, Samurai, Dragoon, I think
Samurai is not fast.
Is it not faster than Dragoon?
I mean, I would. Here's the thing. Depending on what it is, I would honestly. Because here's the thing. No matter how many times you talk about Samurai, I'm telling you, it is not as advanced as the other melees.
I'm not talking about technical difficulty. I'm talking about speed.
Yeah, but Reaper, I would say, is faster than Samurai. Dragoon might actually be faster than Samurai, in my opinion.
I mean, I guess Samurai and Dragoon could kind of share a tier. It could be either or. I would probably put Reaper above those two, so it'd be in the middle.
Yeah, it would be third on the melees.
Yeah.
But again, because speed does take into account for technicality too. Like, if it has a lot of speed, then its technicality is going to go up. That's why Monk and Ninja are as high as they are. But then, we have number 5. The first rebirth, rejuvenation, Summoner.
Yes, I'm sorry. I actually been liking Summoner.
Because, for those of you that, again, I can't pull up the list right now. It'll take a little too much time that I want. But, on my Shadowbringers list, Summoner was at the bottom.
It was not number 1 on the bottom. It was number 2.
I know. I
Because
didn't.
me and you,
I wasn't saying it's. I wasn't saying it was specifically at the bottom. I was just saying it was towards the bottom.
oh, it was because me and you had the same placement.
Yeah, because it just Summoner just didn't feel good in Shadowbringers, and like with the changes that happened, like Summoner is simple. To be fair, it is simple, but man, is it fun.
Honestly, ugh, God, it's so much fun. I had to shrink my summons though, because I was like, no, I don't want to be the person with baby summons. But now I'm just like, I can't see anything. Bahamut's in the way. I need to shrink him.
I need to see. Number 4 for me, Samurai.
Hell yeah.
Because while it's not the most technical of the melees, as a matter of fact, it's probably the lowest technicality of the melees. Well, I was saying probably. It is. It's the lowest technicality of the melees by far, especially since they removed chitin. Ah!
Yeah, I was about to say, we're gonna need to talk about that, but we'll get there.
I mean, if that's the one thing we're going to talk about, we can talk about it here.
Okay.
So, what chitin did is it was an enhanced ability, and your next weapon skill, which you would use on Madari Setsugeka, would do 50% more damage. So basically, back in Shadowbringers, that made it 1200 potency. In Endwalker, that made it 900 some potency, because they lowered the potency of the Madari Setsugeka.
Well, yeah, because to be fair, you later got an ability on Samurai where you got 2 charges of your,
Setsugeka.
Wow, well, I mean, the thing specifically that allows you to use Madare. But yes, that. You would use it for 2 Madares, specifically.
It would be Kaishi Setsugeka.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, there's like, you actually got 2 charges of, your, oh god, fuck it, I'm just gonna look. There's a move I'm looking for. What's
Are you looking for Ogi Namakiri?
No.
Which also has Kashi Namakiri?
That's true. That's true. EI Jutsu. It specifically allowed you to use EI Jutsu twice, whatever the EI Jutsu is, which you would want to use it on Madari Setsugeka.
Yeah, that's literally just Tsubame Gaishi.
Well, no, you actually got 2 charges of the...
Repeats the previously executed EI Jutsu with increased potency, maximum charges too. Tsubame Gaishi is the ability you use to do a second Setsugeka. After you use Setsugeka, you get to use Kaishi Setsugeka, because it takes over Tsubame Gaishi. Yeah.
I thought it allowed you to do something. Whatever, yes. Point is that's what you would use it on. That's when you would use Kaiten, and it would increase the potency. Now, they removed Kaiten, and those moves just have that potency now.
No,
you didn't have to try and press 1 button. Right?
No, that's the thing. Setsugeka's potency did not increase to that amount. They just made it a automatic crit. Yeah.
I don't read patch notes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say you're being wrong.
Shut up! I don't play Samurai.
Yeah, Setsugeka's potency is still 640. It just automatically crits.
Okay.
The same is true for Ogi Namakiri. Its potency is 800 still. It just automatically crits.
Can we at least talk about how Ogi Namakiri is a cool name for a move?
Yes, it's extremely cool. Not to mention the move is cool itself because of like the slow-mo kind of thing that it does.
Oh, it's so fucking cool!
It's extremely cool.
And then you like fucking sheath the sword after. Ah, oh, it's so cool.
But alright, so.
Anyways, thanks for making me feel stupid.
They just had to get the right information. It's fine.
Okay.
Alright, so on to the top 3. Main DPS, main healer, main tank.
Alright.
Number 3. Main healer, Scholar. It's back, baby.
Yeah, you go Noom now.
Scholar is fun. You can go Noom. That's beside the point, though. Like, the Noom is cool and all. It's just, Scholar actually feels good again, in my opinion. It's like, yeah, I can actually do stuff again, unlike I could in Shadowbringers.
Oh yeah.
Just did
We
not.
got a lot of love this time, finally.
Yes, scholar. Yep.
Oh, hell yeah.
Number 2, main tank warrior. Told you we were gonna get to it.
Irrelevant. You make my job irrelevant, but honestly, it does look pretty fun.
Warrior is so much fun. Just to be able to pop bloodwetting, and it's like, huh, I'm at about 1,000 HP. Let me go back to full.
Every single time, I'm like, oh shit, you're dying. I literally hit a heal, and I'm like, my heal is not that strong.
Not compared to what I can do to myself.
I know, and I'm like,
and that's what I love. Bloodwetting I could pop every 25 seconds, and bloodwetting was the enhanced version of raw intuition.
Yes, it was.
So, yeah, because basically raw intuition, reduces damage taken, restores HP with each weapon skill successfully delivered, with a cure potency of 400, while bloodwetting reduces damage taken by 10%, still does the restore of each weapon skill, cure potency 400, but also grants stem of flow, reduces an extra 10 damage taken, and then let's see, additional effect grants stem of the tide, creates a barrier around self that absorbs damage equivalent to a heal of 400 potency. So it also gives me a small shield.
Yeah.
I can do that every 25 seconds.
It's pretty similar to Gunbreakers.
Yeah, because every tank got an enhanced move that makes them fucking awesome, except Dark Knight.
I'm so bitter.
Don't get me wrong, Dark Knight still have TBN, which is an amazing move, but
Keep that, please.
I don't like how they just get Oblation, and they could have had something better.
I mean, I guess not to get too into it. I mean, considering the lore of Dark Knight and how the story quest works, you can keep the Blackest Knight. You can keep it as is. You could just give them a different move that, like, is their equivalent of, like, Bloodwetting, of Heart of Corundum, of Holy Sheltron. You could give them an equivalent. I don't know what you call it. The Darkest Knight? Maybe?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Paladin got Sheltron to Holy Sheltron, which Sheltron grants a regen. Holy Sheltron grants a regen.
That it does.
Gradually restores HP, cure potency at 250. It's Knight's Benediction.
Yep, it's nice.
Not to mention, I think it got an increased, like, reduces damage taken. Or maybe, actually, let me double check that. Let me make sure. Yeah, Sheltron just blocked incoming attacks. Holy Sheltron also gives you damage reduction on top of the blocking of attacks. And the regen.
And you get that pretty often.
Oh yeah, you can get that very often. Not to mention that Paladin also got where it can heal itself with a trait using its attacks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Divine Magic Mastery adds a healing effect to Holy Spirit, Holy Circle, and Confitor, or as I like to call Excalibur, with a cure potency of 400. So, Paladin could pop Holy Sheltron and then use their AoE magic attacks in a pool and just heal.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly I haven't fully leveled Paladin, but even just a little bit that I have been playing, yeah, I don't really feel weak. I do feel pretty tanky.
And that's the thing, they tried to do something to like Living Dead for Dark Knight.
It was a good idea, but why would you put it on their equivalent of an invuln move? Especially with how long the cooldown is? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, basically you go into Living Dead, Living Dead duration is 10 seconds, additional effect, restores HP with each weapon skill successfully delivered or spellcast with a cure potency of 1500. That is a lot. Like, here's the thing, you see what happens to my HP whenever I am in Warrior and I hit Bloodwetting. That's a cure potency of 400 for each weapon skill. This is 1500. But this is on their equivalent to a invuln, which is a 300-second cooldown.
Like, really long.
That makes no sense.
Like, what, 10 minutes?
Makes absolutely no sense. Like, seriously, just increase a move, change a move, give a new move that does something equivalent to what all the other tanks literally have. Better yet, make Dark Knight what it was in Heavensward. Allow us to use Abyssal Train multiple times and not a 60-second cooldown.
That it shares with Carbon Spit?
Yeah, that it shares with Carbon Spit, which makes no sense.
Well, because, like, for instance, like, a lot of jobs have a move that it shares with a move, but these moves basically did the same thing, just one's a single target and one's an AoE. But they did do the same effect. So it made sense why they would share a recast, because, okay, you're doing a boss, so you don't need the AoE. Or, hey, you are in an AoE pool. You need to do the AoE. But why? Because, like, Carbon Spit is just an attack. Wait, I think they gave it a... No.
Carbon Spit restores MP. Abyssal Drain also restores MP, but it also restores HP.
Yeah, so they're not really equivalent to each other.
I don't understand what happened to Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, I miss you. Please come back.
I understand not every job is going to end up being amazing somehow, because everybody has their tastes and whatnot.
To be fair, I feel like every expansion, unfortunately, there is always one class that kind of gets the short end of the stick, and this time it's Dark Knight. Not even a full expansion after it finally got its glory days.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, Living Dead doesn't need to have that massive cure potency. It really does, especially since it's the equivalent to their invuln move. Dark Knight does not need that massive cure potency for their weapon skills on their invuln move, which is a 300-second cooldown. They have a massive shield with TBN, and I get that, but they need some kind of healing, which in my case, Abyssal Drain is right there. Like, just make Dark Knight what it was in Heavensward a little more, where it was like a legit masochist.
Yeah, I mean, didn't have the...
You played a game with your HP and your mana constantly in Heavensward, and it was a lot of fun.
Sorry. I don't know if you could tell, but I was choking.
Yeah, I heard like a little sound come through. I don't know if it came through the stream, but that was funny.
I'm sorry. I was drinking peace tea, and I was about to say something, and I like breathed in liquid, and I was trying not to die, and I was like, "Crap."
Stupid.
I'm sorry. So sorry if I sound weird. It's because I tore my vocal cords. Anyways, but no, like, I don't know. I mean, we can discuss Dark Knight in a minute. You should finish your list. Oh, wait, well, I guess you did finish your list, really.
I mean, yeah, because we've already talked about Machinist at the beginning of the show with the question. Don't choke, yeah. So,
yeah, okay.
but yeah, my number one is Machinist. It's my top DPS right now. And, like, for the reasons for liking it, like, obviously I mentioned some at the beginning of the show, but to mention something else, it's always got a good, consistent DPS. It's never going to be top DPS. Like, that's just how it is. It's never gonna beat certain... It's not gonna beat Samurai. It's not gonna beat Black Mage. It's not gonna beat Red Mage. It's not gonna beat Summoner. Like, it's never gonna be top DPS. It's always gonna be that middle pack, but it's good, consistent DPS that's very easy to get off. Which I appreciate.
I suck, apparently, because you tend to do better DPS than me.
I mean, I don't know. Again, I've been playing the game for years. So I'm just, I don't know, I'm used to everything. I don't know how to explain it.
It's fine. I'll just accept that I'm mediocre at a job I like.
But it's look, it's fine. It's not like you're bad. Like,
well, I mean, yeah, I'm not bad, but like, I guess I just don't do good DPS, at least for what the job should do.
It's a matter of you're not getting.
I mean, I've done extreme content. So,
it's a matter. Well, yeah, you've done extreme content, and we won't talk about Ruby Weapon. I promise.
Okay, I can do the DPS. It was just the dying that I had issues with.
And thus the really myself and Mike had to pick up so much DPS.
I'm sorry. I really tried.
I'm trying to remember. He was either
It was
on, he was
it
on
was always
black.
like a.
He was on Black Mage or Monk. I don't remember.
Oh, I don't remember. Probably Black Mage.
But yeah, we had to pick up a lot. We squeezed out like whatever our like max DPS could have been at that time. We were managing to hit it because we needed to.
Really sorry. I tried. I really did. I really, really did.
Oh yeah.
I'm super sorry.
But anyway, yeah, we're not going to talk about Ruby Weapon. This is talking about jobs of Final Fantasy XIV right now in Endwalker.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, that concludes my tier list. Machinist rounding it out.
Okay, so my list is like I said earlier, gonna be a little weird because I basically have two lists. The list of I'm not sure where to place these, but this is the vibe I'm getting, versus this is where I would place them because I've actually leveled them. So I guess I'll start with the vibe list first. Bottom, the only reason I'm putting this down here is because it makes my life more irrelevant by the day. Warrior. Also, I don't have it unlocked at all still.
I was about to say, you haven't played it yet. Give it time.
So yeah, it's only down there for petty reasons and for I literally haven't even touched it at all. So, maybe that'll move up one day. Next, number 9, because bottom part of the list is 10 and then upper part is 9. Number 9 in the vibe list is Dark Knight. I'm so sorry, Dark Knight. We've already discussed this. Number 8, Black Mage. I just don't vibe with Black Mage, honestly. Don't get wrong, it does cool shit. It gets amazing animations. It does insane DPS if you're good at it. I just don't like standing in one spot. I have what you call anxiety, and I get scared. So, no, sorry. Number 7. The only reason this is on this list is Scholar. It's because I leveled Summoner, and technically didn't level Scholar, but it does level up at the same time. I just don't feel like I want to play Scholar. I'm too scared to. But I actually should give it a shot.
It's just because it's a whole new learning experience for you.
Yeah, it's a little scary. But to be fair, I have seen some good stuff. I respect good Scholar mains. So, don't get me wrong. You love Scholar? Go love Scholar. Number 6, Ninja. I mean, you kind of scared me a little with your ninja talk. When we
Here's the thing.
talked about it.
Here's the thing. The only reason it was as bad as it was for me is because I leveled it before the changes. If I leveled it after the changes, I wouldn't be so heated, I think.
Potentially. But even then, I definitely do want to give it a try, because, I mean, come on, who doesn't want to be a ninja, right? Okay, so next, number 5 in the vibe list is Dragoon. You know, it's Dragoon. I've never had much to say on Dragoon. I typically don't play melees. You may notice, most of these are melee classes. I don't do melees.
She gets too scared.
I am too scared. I do like playing tank, which makes no sense, because it's also a melee in range.
Okay, Corey.
Yeah. I 100% agree with him, though! I don't like playing melee DPS, but I like playing tank!
Also, whenever I said Corey, that is the raid group that we watch, Nest. That is their main tank. He made a comment towards, like, not liking melee DPS, but he plays tank. And, Whoops in the group was like, wait, you play tank, but you don't play melee.
Yeah, I too was like, wait, what? But then I sat there thinking about it, and I was like, oh, he's right, though. I don't like playing melees, but I love playing tank. Well, okay, I don't love playing tank, but, like, I'm much more agreeable to play a tank. Anyways, above Dragoon is Monk. I mean, you can't get better than punching things.
Pretty much. How to solve your problems by punching them.
Yeah, pretty much. Number 3 is White Mage. This is pretty much because I haven't fully leveled it. I do like it, but I do agree in that the white mage now feels like it feels weaker. Now, to be fair, I can't tell if it's that it is actually weaker or that everything else just got stronger, or both. Probably a bit of both. But no, I do like it. I haven't fully leveled it, I think, so I'll have to double check.
Yeah, again, just White Mage just feels weaker. I do think it actually is like White Mage got a little weaker while all the other healers got a little stronger.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing. You do want to keep a balance, but even then, certainly makes you feel weak. Number 2 on the vibe list is Paladin. I actually do like Paladin. I actually was pretty, like, I don't know. I mean, he seems a little boring. It's not as boring as I thought. It's actually, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
I can't tell if I'm doing well.
Yeah, but
I mean,
you don't just wait for it.
You know?
Just wait for it. You haven't gotten unlimited blade works yet.
Nope, not yet. I'm working on it. I'll get there. Trust me. I will be enjoying it. Maybe after I get that, I'll watch the Fate series.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know. Fate's a little scary to get into.
Here's the thing. There's really not that much, but that's another topic for another day.
Oh yeah. Number 1 on the vibe list is Reaper. I'm almost done leveling Reaper. I got like 2 levels. Honestly, because I mean, I only got one more move, and it's Communio.
Yeah.
The last move I need to get.
Communio.
Yeah.
It's a quote. Whoops.
But even then, honestly, like, Reaper's a vibe. Like, I love playing Reaper, actually. Reaper's probably my favorite melee DPS. Just really fun. I just... You can't get edgier! Which, by the way, I'll have to admit, I love my Reaper glam. Just a thought, because I don't wear, like, an edgy cape. But I am still dark and edgy. So,
Trust me, I love my Reaper glam.
Before Endwalker came out, we were literally like, okay, we need to come up with some Reaper glams, because, like, we got to, right? And, like, we literally spent, like, a week, like, agonizing over it or some shit, like, kind of finding some of the pieces.
No, basically it just kind of happened one day. Like, we were thinking about it, and then it just happened one day. It's like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna look at stuff. I'm gonna make a Reaper glam. I'm gonna get stuff for a Reaper glam. And so I did. And the headpiece I was going to use, I couldn't use because I was going to Mel Vieira, but I am back to my Mel Ara, so I can use that helmet now.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. So that's my list for the my vibe list. Now my actual list. Number 9 is Samurai. It's because it's a melee, but I did like it. But this also was before the Kaiten change, where, you know, they just deleted it.
I'm honestly afraid to play Set, because I'm gonna want to hit that button every single time before Setsugeka, because I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, I messed with it just on a striking dummy, and honestly, it didn't feel right to me. But I also spent only like 2 minutes on it, so maybe I just need more time.
I mean, definitely gonna need more time.
But even then, like, it definitely just felt wrong. Number 8 is Machinist. I mean, pretty good class. Not much to say on it. Pretty consistent. Not technical. It's great because I'm stupid. So, I mean, you just go pew pew. Number 7 is Dancer. I don't got much to say. It feels a lot more flowy. I love how sparkly all its stuff is still. It's good shit. It's got great outfits.
Yeah.
Dancer's a fun class. Number 6, Bard. I actually like Bard a lot. I like the extended songs. I like the Radiant Finale. I appreciate the fact that the stickers are called coda stickers, because you keep going back to the coda, which is exactly what you do in music. I appreciate that joke. Not that it's a joke, but I like that. I'm stupid. I like music puns.
Well, yeah, more like a pun and reference more so than a full-on joke.
Yeah, I don't know why I said joke. I keep saying that. But yeah, I like that little touch. It's fun. Also got a great outfit this time around too, honestly. I mean, Bard's pretty solid. I actually like Bard a lot. I'm mad I don't play it more. I should play it more. Number 5 is Summoner. Uh, Summoner's great. I love Summoner. It's true. It's a lot easier, a lot more streamlined, but each of your summons do kind of work differently. So, like, if you're moving around a lot, you probably don't want to use Ifrit because it actually has cast times. Or, like, if you know you're going to stand still, maybe you do use Ifrit. You know.
I personally always use, like, my combo is to literally do the first cast, and then do the gap close smash swift cast, do the second one, go into my next mode.
Yeah.
So you only have to stand there for one cast if you do it that way.
Oh yeah, but even then, like, it is the slower of the three, based on how it normally performs. But yeah, even then, they are situational. They do different amounts of DPS. It's cool. I don't know how to explain it. It's just really good stuff. I actually like Summoner a lot. Number 4 is Astrologian. Astrologian felt weird to me because they changed something about it that I was like, this feels weird. They gave us I think it was a... Give me a second, let me look at the...
What wasn't it that they made Divination you could just use, and now Astrodyne, which is your self boost, is what uses your seals?
Yes, okay, yes, that's exactly it. So, that confused me. Divination is now just a flat buff. You can use it anytime it's up. You don't need seals. Astrodyne is the thing that your seals are used on. Once I finally figured out that they really want you to spam Astrodyne as much as possible, because it's pretty much up the second you're done with it. Like, just get 3 seals again. You'll use it again. That's actually dope. I actually like that. I actually like that because of what Astrodyne can do, because it's like, first thing, if you got one type of seal, it's like, it reduces, screw it, I'm just gonna look at it. Astrodyne. Okay, one seal, gradually restores MP, so you pretty much never run out of MP. 2, reduces spell cast time and recast time, and auto attack by 10%. 3 seals, which is the one you really want, is it increases damage dealt and healing potency by 5%.
Yep.
Pretty dope.
Again,
So,
my Astro is level 83. Basically, I was leveling my Astro with Jess's Paladin. So, we'll get there. I'll experience it more.
But I actually do like it. Plus the new thing you get, Macrocosmos, is really cool. You pretty much do this thing. It does a really cool sparkle shower, and any damage that anyone takes within the effect, it's compiled, and then once the effect ends, half of that, or is it all of it? I think it's half of it.
You're the one that pulled it up, yeah?
Okay, yeah, one sec. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, deals unexpected damage to all nearby enemies, blah, blah, blah. Grants Macrocosmos. For the effect's duration, 50% of damage is compiled. Restores HP equivalent to a cure potency of 200% plus the compiled damage when the effect ends. So even if you don't take that much damage, you are at least getting a 200 potency heal.
And there you go.
So yeah, that's really good for, like, lots of damage going out. So, Macro Plus, it just looks cool. Macrocosmos is the dopest shit. Number 3 on my actual list is Gunbreaker.
Yep.
I had to divorce Dark Knight, I'm sorry. Gunbreaker's where it's at, honestly, at least for me. Honestly, no shit. I finally figured out what my problem was with Gunbreaker, because, like, something about it just didn't quite feel right, but I couldn't figure it out. I just thought I just wasn't, like, clicking with it. The answer, no joke, was to give you a second move directly after Burst Strike. That's it. That's all I really needed, was just, because you do Burst Strike, you then immediately could follow it with Hyper Velocity, and it's so good.
I mean, Gunbreaker was always good before. You just couldn't see the true majesticness of Gunbreaker and Shadowbringers.
I actually went up to Matt, our friend, who actually does kind of main Gunbreaker, and I was like, "Hey, Matt," I have a confession to make. I've decided to divorce Dark Knight. Gunbreaker is now my new husbando, and Man was like, I'm so glad you see the light. Come this way. But even then, no, Gunbreaker does feel good. Its upgrade from Heart of Stone to Heart of Corundum is a little busted, in my opinion. It feels. Not to mention, you could stack that with Aurora, and you get 2 charges of Aurora. Yeah, you're not dying easily.
To be fair, literally, you going from Dark Knight to any other tank was the right answer. It really didn't matter. All 3, I feel like Paladin, Gunbreaker, Warrior are all good. Warrior's the best, though.
Well, I mean, you know what? I'll get there one day.
I haven't played Gunbreaker yet, though, to be fair. This Gunbreaker. But I loved Gunbreaker in Shadowbringers. Gunbreaker was my top tank in Shadowbringers, so...
Oh yeah, I mean, Gunbreaker was good, but the changes they made definitely make it feel smooth, and I love it, honestly. Number 2, Sage. I actually really like playing Sage. Sage is actually cool as hell. I actually like the fact that, I mean, you get laser guns. Like, how much cooler can you get than that? But even then, I like what it can do. I like the shielding thing. Haima and Panhaima are pretty interesting. I like the fact that they're like stacks of shields. And if you don't get rid of all of them, you then get a heal based on how many you have left. That's pretty dope for AoE attacks. Or emergency healing, because I get scared. It feels very, like... I don't know how to explain this, but, like, you feel very... I guess I feel like I'm paying attention more to everything, so, like, I guess it makes me focus more.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. But it's good. I like it a lot. It's fun. And number 1 is Red Mage. I've already explained why. Need I say more?
True that. And that basically gets personal tier lists.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
So
now, what gripes do you have and don't have?
Again, we can... Like, I could still talk about Dark Knight. That's how irritated I am that it's in the position that it is.
You know, actually, I might have an idea of how you want to go about this. Maybe.
What would that be?
My idea would be, like, what if we went down the list? We could do it as they are normally listed. So, like, tanks, healers, melee, ranged, caster. We could probably go by and maybe name one thing we actually like about the class, and then maybe one thing we don't like.
Might not be a bad idea. How about this? We'll go left to right, then down. So tank, healer, melee DPS, physical, ranged, and magical ranged.
Okay, that works.
I will start.
Right,
I will start with Paladin.
Okay, go ahead. What's something you do like about Paladin?
Here's the thing. I could definitely list a couple things for Paladin. Unlimited Blade Works, Holy Sheltron. Like, those are definitely the 2 biggest things where it's like, these were fantastic changes, fantastic additions, and whatnot. So, like, yeah, like, those are definitely the things for Paladin that I would say are the top likes, especially. As far as something I don't like about Paladin, I don't know. I don't really have much... Like, even though Paladin was, like, number 11 on my list, I don't really have many negatives. It's just, I have more fun playing all these other classes, per se.
I mean, it doesn't have to be, like, a negative, but maybe something that, like... Maybe it could be improved, maybe? Or something that you think you would like to see?
Actually, let's see. I actually know that there's something. I just have to remember what it is.
Does it have to do with, Unlimited Blade Works?
No. Royal Authority is cool and all, but I loved my Rage of Halone.
Yeah.
They're just like talking about animations and shit like that, pretty much.
I mean, admittedly, I don't know when to switch between the 2, I think. I might just need more time on Paladin.
Well, Royal Authority is just your last hit of your combo, besides Goring Blade, which is a dot.
Oh, wait, it upgrades to Rage of Halone, right?
No. Rage of Halone upgrades to Royal Authority.
I'm stupid. Yes, that's right. I'm so stupid. You're right.
That's pretty much it. And besides, any gripes that I have with certain classes, they're more likely to be from like Stormblood to Shadowbringers. Like for instance, DPS stances for tanks. It's a damn shame.
DPS stance. Oh, you mean losing that?
Yeah, whenever we lost that from Stormblood to Shadowbringers, that
Yeah, I
sucked.
heard
That
about
sucked. That sucked.
Wow.
It's like, well, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate. I guess I have to talk about Warrior too, don't I?
At some point. I guess if I'm gonna name one thing I do or don't like about Paladin, I do appreciate how it is an easy starter tank. Like, I remember, I told Mem, like, hey, if you want to get into tanking, you should try Paladin. It'll teach you the basics. So, he took my advice, and later switched to Gunbreaker.
It's also
So,
usually the tankiest. Like, it has the most cooldowns to work with and all this other stuff kind of going on that's related to that. So that's why Paladin is typically the easier of the four tanks. It's the starter tank. It really is.
Oh yeah. As for something I don't like, this is gonna sound a little petty, but the little icons for your buttons, they feel a little dated looking. Now, granted, the newer moves obviously have new fancier looking designs for their little action buttons, but some of them look a little old. So maybe an improvement to that.
Yeah, fast blade, fighter flight, riot blade, shield
Not
bash.
bad. Just they don't look good. I guess maybe just an upgrade, just a little bit something, just a little polish maybe.
They look fine to me, but that's also coming from an ARR veteran.
Yeah, well maybe I'm not an ARR veteran now, am I?
You are not. You are a Stormblood veteran at best.
Oh god, I'm joking still. I'm fine.
How about you stop?
My karma. It's getting back into me. Okay, I'm fine. Anyway, yeah, you can go to Warrior now.
Nice. Alright, so where to begin? Equilibrium is the shit. Going in a release mode is the shit. And basically just doing chaotic cyclone whenever you use infuriate, or even using decimate. Freaking, why am I missing it? Where'd it go? Using fell cleave and whatnot. Now, granted, they changed it with inner release. Now, before you had like 15 seconds within a release, and
they did change this.
Yeah, you had 15 seconds of inner release, which would allow you to get 5 or 6 fell cleaves off, depending on your skill speed. And it's automatic direct crits. So now they give you 3 stacks of inner release instead of 15 seconds. So you'll be able to get 3 fell cleaves off with direct crits, and then use the new move, which is so cool, Primal Rend, afterwards.
Yeah.
Which is also still, I believe it's a direct crit.
Is it?
Yeah, it's because you're technically still in a release mode. So let's see. Yeah, it's jump to the target and deal direct crit for 700 potency to the first enemy, and then 70% less for all others.
Okay.
But it's also a gap closer. If you really needed it. But the main takeaway.
Oh, Primal Rend's the big wheel thing you do, not the punch, right?
Yeah, Orogeny is the AOE punch that I do.
Okay. Okay.
But the main takeaway is bloodletting. That is the shit.
I would argue it's both good and bad because you make the job irrelevant, but that's fine.
That's the thing. I still need you to heal me. I just need you to heal me a little less.
One day, I'm just not going to heal you at all.
And depending on what kind of pull it is, it's probably possible.
So we'll find out, I guess. We should test it for science.
Test it for science. I don't know. As far as something I don't like about, you know what? No, what I don't like that's happened to Warrior is that overpower is now an AOE instead of a cone.
Oh yeah, they changed that. I remember.
Fuck you. Don't get me wrong, it really does make it easier because you don't have to position yourself just to do a damn cone. But, like, I liked the cone.
Liked the cone?
I liked the
Is it
cone.
is it the cone of safety?
It's not necessarily the cone of safety. It's just a cone that I like.
Sorry. Uh, um, but no, I mean, admittedly, if my AoE was always a cone, looking at you, samurai, that would kind of annoy me.
There
So,
is
but
nothing wrong with it. You didn't play it. It was fun.
it fine.
Okay. I would. Here's the thing. I would argue like whenever you first play it, it could be like a little annoying as you adjust. I could accept that because that's what
Okay.
it was for me when I very first played Warrior.
It was annoying as hell. On Samurai, specifically, because that had an AoE cone, but then you get a upgrade, and it's not an AoE cone, it's an AoE circle around you.
I mean, regardless, you still have a cone on Samurai.
Not really. It's an upgrade. It went from Fuka to Fuga, I think, or the other way around.
I'm talking about Tenka Goken.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, there's that.
That's still a cone.
Okay, yeah, but...
As far as I know, they may have changed it.
No, that's still a cone.
Wait, no. It's not a cone.
It's not? What? It's not? Hold on.
You bastards.
Oh god, hold on, I need to double check this.
Okay. Ogi Namakiri is still a cone, though.
Okay. Oh lord. Both of us just be like, what?
They actually did it. They made Tenka Goken AoE around you instead of a cone.
It really is? Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, it's got the circle mark and not a cone mark. Like Ogi Namakiri does.
Oh my god, you're right. Delivers an attack with a potency of 280 to all nearby enemies. Yeah, it doesn't mention a cone.
Son of a bitch.
Wow, that's interesting, actually.
Just another thing to remember.
Fascinating.
Well,
Anyways.
son of a bitch. Well, I know what to say about what I don't like about Samurai.
Anyway, if I'm allowed to mention my opinion about Warrior real quick, I like the punch. The origine. That's a really cool move.
And the thing you don't like about it is that it makes your job irrelevant.
Yep, pretty much. So I guess that would be bloodwetting.
Sure.
But I'm glad that y'all can stay alive, but damn, you make my job not exist.
Not
Anyway,
exist.
do we even need to touch Dark Knight? I think we do. I do still like its aesthetic.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'll give it. I still like its aesthetic. I like TBN because TBN's a good move, but like
Dark Knight Quest is still good.
Dark Knight Quest is still good. It's one of the best job quests in the entire game.
I'd argue it is the best, but that's also personal preference.
What I don't like about it, everything else. Let's just say that we've already explained ourselves.
Trait.
We've already explained ourselves on Dark Knight. We've bashed it more than once this show already.
Which, if you like Dark Knight, please continue to love Dark Knight. We want you to play a class that you like, but you have to also be real with yourself when you look at its kit and compare it to everyone else. So,
yeah, we've done more than enough bashing on Dark Knight. We don't even need to really touch upon it anymore. All right, I'll start Gunbreaker myself.
Okay.
Since you started Dark Knight, so let's see what I love about Gunbreaker. I don't know. There's a lot to love about Gunbreaker, honestly. The whole Heart of Corundum improvement, but again, like Paladin, Gunbreaker, Warrior, they all got upgraded moves that do something almost equivalent to it, pretty much equivalent. So like Heart of Corundum, Hyper Velocity, Double Down. Literally actually, you know what? My favorite thing about Gunbreaker is the whole continuation combo. It's just so much fun every time.
yeah, it's very fun.
Not to mention these fucking names of the moves. Jugular Rip, Abdomen Tear, Eye Gouge. Like,
hell yeah.
The fuck?
I mean, you doing murder is what you're doing.
I know.
I mean, if you really did all that to an enemy, if they were alive still, I'd be surprised.
Pretty much. So yeah, Gunbreaker, good shit. What do I not like about Gunbreaker? I mean...
Maybe,
I don't know. Like, I think Gunbreaker's very solid. I don't really have any issues with it. I like the cooldowns that it has. I like the moves that it has. Its animations are awesome.
Oh yeah, they are great.
I don't truly think I have something negative I can say about
Um,
Gunbreaker because I think it's
if
all around good.
if I'm allowed to give one maybe small nitpick I hate, now I understand why they did this, it's because it was brought in Endwalker. I kind of hate how long it takes you to get hypervelocity. Level 86.
That's
That's
fair. That's very nitpicky and petty.
Oh, it is, I'm aware.
Like I don't even count that.
But like, hypervelocity is so good.
You can't have everything all the time.
I'm not saying it needs to be like given to me at like level 2. I'm just saying like, could it not have been like 84? Maybe.
Well, that's the real question. Let's see. I mean, you do get Burst Strike at level 30, so I guess it could have been sooner.
A little bit. Nothing crazy. It could have been brought in like, I don't know, maybe 70 or something like that. Nothing too low.
But again, they would have had to have thought about that in Shadowbringers.
Oh yeah, so like, I mean, again, that's a nitpick, but even then, I do like Gunbreaker. I like how fast it is. It fuels my ADHD need to spam all these buttons because pretty much all your stuff comes off cooldown at the exact same time. So at least every 60 seconds, you spam every button you got.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just love that it's a fast tank. Here's the thing. Whenever Super Bowl I come out, I was like, that's ridiculous, but still kind of funny with the whole like it drops your HP to 1, but renders you impervious to most attacks. So it's just a worse hollowed ground.
To be fair, if you're smart about it, you will never have to hit it. So.
Well, to be fair, it's not necessarily up to you half the time because the healer also needs to heal.
Oh yeah, but sometimes it could be prevented.
Like there's still only so much you're gonna be able to do, even with Heart of Corundum and 2 Auroras and all your cooldowns. If the healer doesn't heal, you're still gonna need to eventually pop it probably. Or if the healer's just too weak, that's also a possibility. Because sometimes you might be doing higher contents, but healer might have lower item level than they should have.
Oh yeah.
But was there anything else you wanted to touch upon Gunbreaker? Because you pretty much kind of shared yours along with me there.
Yeah, for the most part, other than my stupid nitpick, which is a nitpick.
That's extremely nitpicky.
Oh, I'm aware. That's why I warned you. Anyway, no, I mean, I don't got anything, really.
On to the healers, and first is White Mage.
I guess, I like the idea that, like, they're kind of moving away from strictly, like, wind and water magic. It's all, like, light magic now. Which is also strange, but I like the effects on it. It's very pretty and glowy. I love the change to Holy, although I have one question. Why did we go from Glare to Glare 3 and Holy to Holy 3 when you don't even get a Holy 2 or a Glare 2 at all?
Well, here's the thing. Because in terms of classic Final Fantasy, classic Final Fantasy, and that's what these moves are kind of based upon, the second moves would basically be considered as AoE, but Holy is already AoE, and Glare can't be AoE, so they just go to the third, because the third was just a stronger single target.
Just make it Glare too. I don't know.
No,
that's
because
also a nitpick.
classic Final Fantasy.
This isn't classic Final Fantasy, though!
Yeah, but that's what they based the naming of their jobs off of whenever they included the numbers.
Again, that's a nitpick. I'm just confused.
Again, for instance, it'd be confusing to play Black Mage. Let's say you're a new player, you play Black Mage, and you have Fire 2 and Blizzard 2, which are AoEs, and then you go to White Mage, and then let's say you had a Glare 2 and a Holy 2, but you're already aware that Holy is an AoE, but why would Glare 2 be 2, and then it's still a single target?
Okay, but by that logic, Glare's not an AoE, so why is it Glare 3?
Because 1s, 3s, they were single target. 2s were AoE.
Well, then why isn't Holy Holy 2?
Because Holy's already AoE, so they decided to share it and make sure it stayed 3 with Glare.
Regardless, I do like, okay, other than the name, I do like how this Holy isn't blinding. Like, the other Holy admittedly was hard to see through, but this one, while it is still flashy, you can still see what's going on. It's not so glaring. Bad pun.
The real thing you should be complaining about, White Mage, is fucking Liturgy of the Bell.
That's true. I haven't finished leveling White Mage, so I haven't actually gotten to use it.
Places a healing blossom at the designated location and grants 5 stacks of Liturgy Bell to self. Duration 15 seconds. Taking damage will expend 1 stack of Liturgy of the Bell to heal self and all other party members within a radius of 20 ohms. Cure potency 400. This effect action can only be triggered once per second. Any remaining stacks will then do additional healing at the time of expiration, or upon executing this action a second time. That's right, never mind. They did make that change. You can actually execute the bell now. Before that change, you had to take damage for the bell to go off and do like a totem heal around the arena. But now, like, see, here's the thing. You can have Liturgy of the Bell for AoE stuff in Alliance raids and stuff like that. And that's great. That works perfectly. Or even in boss fights of dungeons. But whenever you're doing pulls, big pulls, wall-to-wall pulls, and dungeons, Liturgy of the Bell was pointless. Because you aren't taking damage because the tank has everything unless you want to on-purposely stand in an AoE. That was the dumbest shit.
Like, changed it a bit, so...
But now you can act... Here's the thing, though. If you execute it with that second time, it will do big heal, but it goes away. So you don't get, like, heals every so often from taking damage.
Mm-hmm.
I hated Liturgy of the Bell when I first played Endwalker on White Mage, because White Mage was the first healer I leveled.
Can we just call it Lilybell?
Yeah, because I mean it is Lilybell.
It's a Lilybell.
As far as what I like about White Mage, yeah, Glare. I like Glare 3, Holy 3. Fuck you, Jess.
I like them. I'm just confused about the name. That's all it was. Fuck you too.
Afflatus, basically all the healing that they have, and also Afflatus Misery with the Blood Lily, like that's all good stuff.
That's so pretty. I love Afflatus Misery.
I love having 2 charges of Divine Benison. That's fun.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. I love all the instant heals and mana things that White Mage has with Assize and Tetrachromation and Thin Air.
I'm glad Fluid Aura was gone and deleted. Sorry.
Yeah. We got Aqua Veil, though. That's pretty cool.
It's spiritual successor in Aqua Veil.
Which is fantastic.
Which is a much better move.
Reduces damage taken by a party member or self by 15% for 8 seconds. I like Aqua Veil.
It's pretty. I mean, that's all I got really on White Mage.
Alright. Scholar.
I really don't have anything to say on
Scholar.
Scholar.
Yeah, because you have not played Scholar once. I'm very positive of this.
I might have been messing with it on a striking dummy, but that's it.
Like, okay, so honestly, what I like about Scholar, I like that it's bad. It doesn't feel super weak or anything like that in terms of the healing output that it can do. Not to mention it got some nice moves like Expedient and Protraction, which I do like.
Oh, yeah.
But then as far as like, I don't have much to say about most of these moves. And as far as things are concerned with what I don't like about Scholar, it's still old picks of I liked the way that Eos and Selene were different. Eos was more of a, yes, I'm here to heal the party fairy, while Selene was more of a support for the party. And I appreciated that.
Yeah, I'll admit, that's kind of strange. I mean, I get that, like, in lore, there's, like, a reason for the 2 fairies, but I'm also just like, why make them exactly the same other than a cosmetic reason?
Well, see, that's the thing. At the end of the day, if you took away one or the other, Scholar mains would be pissed, including me.
Exactly. So like, I get why they kept them there, but I'm also like, could you not have done something different?
Also, I hate Art of War. It is the dumbest fucking AoE in the game.
I mean, it looks better now. I'll give it that.
It looks better, but it's still just, hi, I'm gonna slam the ground in the middle of all these enemies. I hate Art of War so much.
Well,
I just want a Shadow Flare. I just want to put bio on all the enemies.
they got rid of that, right?
Yeah. It was Bane that spread the...
Bane. Yeah, because Summoner lost it too.
Yeah.
As well. But, I
Yeah.
mean, I guess it hurt worse on Scholar.
To be fair, though, those are old nitpicks. That's literally like Stormblood to Shadowbringers nitpicks. That still affect me to this day.
You're living with trauma.
And again, that's why Scholar was where it was on the Shadowbringers list.
Yeah.
Basically at the bottom.
I do like how, I guess this goes for Summoner as well. I actually like how, despite your weapon being a book, you know, there's really not too much you can do with it. They do have quite a few animations for it, despite that.
Oh yeah.
Like, tearing out the different pages, slamming the book, slamming it on the ground, just casting something out of it. Like, they are kind of creative with how they use it.
Oh yeah. I definitely do. But you haven't been playing the job for years.
Nope. Absolutely not.
But it's
Anyway,
okay, because we
I
get to move on to Astro, and you get to talk about this one a bit more.
Yes! I love the stars and sparkles!
That is all. I'm out. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay.
Stop joking.
Sorry. I'm sorry! Okay.
Catch your breath.
Done.
Catch your breath.
I'm fine. I'm here. I'm getting heated. I'm sorry. Okay. But for real though, I do like the stars and sparkles. I mean, I love astronomy. I think that's just the coolest shit. I'll admit, if there's one thing I miss, and is probably my nitpick, I really miss being able to choose between shielding and just pure regen healing. I'm aware that yes, they had to balance the classes. There's 2 regen healers and 2 shield healers. That's fine. You do technically keep your shields, because you do get, you still keep your big heal mode. Wow, I forgot. Neutral sect. You do keep neutral sect. You do keep, your celestial intersection is also a small shield. So, you know, that's, you know, those are still there because you're permanently in regen stance now. But I do miss that. Yes, I didn't use the shield stuff often, but you know what? I liked having the option, at the very least. Especially when you were stuck with a scholar. Or another astrologian who refused to get off regen stance.
But that's the thing, though. Like, at the end of the day, I do think most Astros used regen stance anyway. So,
yeah,
it made sense.
I liked having that option.
It made sense since Sage was going to be a shield healer alongside Scholar.
Yeah. But
So,
I do miss having the option, at least.
Alright, so is that all you really had to say?
Yeah, mostly.
Alright, I don't have much to say about it. Like, here's the thing, I still played Astro, obviously. Again, it's level 83 along with Jess's Paladin and whatnot. So I've loved and appreciated Astro since it came out in Heaven's Ward for what it is. Not that I played it often, but I love the animations that Astro has, and that continues true to this day. But as far as something I don't like, again, we're going back to Stormblood to Shadowbringers nitpicks. The cards.
What? They just give you a new deck. Get used to it.
It's
scrub.
just damage buff. I already explained myself in some of our podcast episodes on Spotify whenever we did it for Final Fantasy XIV Talks. And I'm going to say this story again here on Twitch. So, friend Mike, he was playing Astro one time, I was playing Black Mage. We were in the dungeon The Burn. He gave me the speed up card, which at that
was Arrow.
which was Arrow. I was getting to that. He gave me the speed up card, which increased your attack speed, spellcast time, auto attack delay, like all that shit. It made it all faster. And he gave me the enhanced version because you could do that, which increases it even further. And then he also enhanced the time because there was another ability that could do that after you put it out, and then he just continued to keep that arrow on me throughout almost the entirety of the first boss fight against that frickin' scorpion. I was also in my ley lines on Black Mage. I was casting out Fire 4s which out of ley lines is like 3 some seconds. In ley lines is like a little less than 3 seconds. I was shooting out Fire 4s in like a second and a half. Maybe even slightly faster. I don't know. But they were going out like crazy. I was a machine gun of Fire 4s. That is incredibly fun. That is so much fun. It's unique. It's different. It's not just, here's a damage buff.
Well then.
The cards were more fun.
To be fair, I do kind of wish I could extend the duration of cards. Even if only a little bit. That does sound pretty fun.
I still try to figure out why specifically they did that change. I don't know if people actually complained that, oh, it's difficult to remember the cards. It's really not that hard. Like, the only potential confusing ones you could have is Arrow and Spear.
But, I mean, I guess.
And even those ones weren't that difficult to just remember.
I mean, I figured it out, but... for a first-time person, yeah, it's a bit much.
So yeah, that's what I have to say about Astro. Again, you'll notice something while I talk about stuff that probably most of my nitpicks with some of the older ones are going to be Stormblood to Shadowbringers changes. Because Stormblood, while it's not my favorite expansion based on story, although it had some fantastic moments, it was the most fun I had playing the game with combat classes. Period.
Good shit.
Probably still more so than Endwalker. I loved playing Final Fantasy XIV in Stormblood. Alright.
Yeah, pretty fun time.
Now that I am done, on to Sage.
Sage. Honestly, it's good stuff. I like it a lot. I do have one nitpick, actually. I don't know if they'll ever change this. Your Eucrasia. I wish you could turn it off if you accidentally hit it. Because if you accidentally hit it, you are stuck using your Eucrasian diagnosis, Eucrasian prognosis, or Eucrasian...
Well, see, here's the thing. Don't accidentally hit the button.
Okay, but the problem is where it is on my hotbar.
Well, then maybe you should move it. That's just how it is. That's the thing. If you're going to complain about hitting the button and then not being able to back yourself out of it and refuse to move it, that's on you.
Okay, but to be fair though, it's used for your for 3 of your moves, and those 3 moves are really important because it's your basic heal, your basic AoE heal, and your basic attack.
Yeah.
And those are important. That's why they're all 4 of them next to each other, because those are the only 3 moves it affects. Why would you put them next to something it has literally no connection to? But even then, I would like the ability to turn it off, because...
As a matter of fact, here's my thing on Sage. Even though I don't have it leveled up to even 80 yet, I have Eucrasia on both my first and second hotbar. So that way, I don't have to switch between the two just to hit Eucrasia on one. So for instance, all my DPS moves always go onto the second hotbar. So the basic DPS move is on the second hotbar, along with all the other DPS moves. So I have one Eucrasia on the second hotbar, just in case I happen to be doing DPS and I need to hit Eucrasia to put the dot on. And then I have Eucrasia on the first hotbar with all of my healing as well.
Even then, I do like Sage. The aesthetic's cool. I like how digital it is. You literally get a dash in. You literally just go no. Speaking of which, can we talk about the story how we all kept dashing towards you in Vanaspati?
Oh yeah, just real quick. I was on Warrior. We were doing a Vanaspati run, level 85. We might have been 86, but still have to do Vanaspati. And there was Jess on Sage, there was a Monk, and there was a Black Mage. I ran forward after, I'm pretty sure it was the first boss, and they were all behind, and all 3 of them at the same time, because they all have a move that can dash to a player, all dashed to me at the same time, pretty much. And I was just like, okay.
like, I started doing that at first because I was like, well, you know, I need to keep healing you if you're gonna run forward, so I dashed toward you. And then, like, I think the second time I did it, the other two caught on and were, like, doing the exact same thing.
Because I'm ready to go through the exit and whatnot, so I sprint and run forward, and then here's all three of my fellow party members just dash to me. I'm just like, okay.
I remember. Well, I think the quote you said was something along the lines of, "I feel used."
Yeah, it was like, I feel used.
I'm like, hell yeah!
I thought
You're the one running forward.
I thought I would be funny. It's just like, I feel used.
Yeah, that. But that was funny. But no, I like that too on Sage. That's
oh yeah, cool. As a matter of fact, as another thing, since you talk about hitting the wrong button all the time, stop hitting Pepsis too, for that matter.
I'm sorry. I keep hitting Pepsis, but never Holos. I always forget about Holos. So I think I'm just gonna switch their placements. In my defense, Holos is on my second hotbar, which is, I don't know why. I'll probably fix that. Anyway, yeah. That's my thoughts on Sage.
Even though I don't have Sage leveled, it's, I don't know, 75. I'd have to look again. It's been a bit, maybe even a little further than that.
But you need to catch up.
But that's the thing. I'll eventually get Sage to a certain point, but that's one day. Sage will probably be saved for last at this point, just because I want to finish off Astro, and then I want to play Gunbreaker, and then I will probably go to Sage then, because those are the last three for me. But yes, Sage reminds me of Phantasy Star 2, if anybody knows that game. Cause I haven't played it a lot, but I've played Phantasy Star 2 a little bit. And I also played like the original Phantasy Star a little bit as well. Not properly, it was like a PC modification, but it's whatever. And it does kind of remind me of that, just because of the digital aspect, the futuristic look, the laser guns / wings and all that stuff.
Good stuff.
Just a very futuristic look. As far as what I don't like about Sage, I don't think there's much to say. It's got a lot of good moves. Honestly, it does. I don't know, maybe Sage is just like, you definitely have to be on top of it. Don't pay attention, and you'll quickly fall too far behind to really catch up unless you spam everything.
No, I've done it before.
Yeah.
Help.
To be fair, I mean, I guess that's pretty true on every healer, but I feel like on Sage in particular, it's like especially, at least in my experience so far.
You have to. I know it's asking a lot, Final Fantasy XIV players, but you gotta activate your brain. You gotta rub more than 2 brain cells together to play Sage.
Yep.
That's not a call out. It's just a fact. I'm sorry.
All right, melee DPS.
Honestly, this is probably gonna be you talking a lot. But first one is Monk.
Yep. Monk, I do like its quickness. Monk really is fun. I've always enjoyed Monk, even if I've never been a top tier player at Monk, for instance. But it's always just a good time because of how fast you are and just punching and kicking the enemy and whatnot. So, yeah, Monk is always fun to me. I'll never hate Monk just because of how fun it is. But I'll say this: they did give us back some abilities, even if only for a little bit, which I appreciated, like Howling Fist. Such a good move. But again, but it does get upgraded to, I think Howling Fist. Let's see. Yeah, there's Howling Fist, level 40 ability, because it's related to your chakra stuff. So they brought back Steel Peak, Howling Fist, and then there's your single target and AOE, and then they get upgraded. Let's see. Yeah, Flint Strike, Celestial Revolution, obviously your Tornado Kick, and then you have Rising Phoenix and Phantom Rush.
Everyone's like, it's the Tifa move. And I'm like, I guess.
Yeah, that was cool, though. That was super cool.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is.
Well, I mean, I haven't played Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Well,
so
that's your fault.
Maybe one day.
As far as what I don't like about Monk, I don't like that I'm not better at it, but I just don't play it enough. If I played it more, yeah, I probably would be better at it, but I'm good. I'm okay enough. I'm not gonna be top deep like what Monk's top DPS could be like, but I shouldn't be at the bottom either. Kind of deal.
Oh yeah.
So at the end of the day, I like Monk. Pretty much what I just said about Monk, I'm just gonna say right now, you can pretty much carry that over to Dragoon. I love the way that it plays. I'm sorry I'm not better at it, and don't play it enough. Like, Monk and Dragoon have always kind of been like that for me, I would say. So, there. My Dragoon one's kind of out of the way, too, because it's pretty much the same.
I mean, I think I'd agree. I like Dragoon and Monk, but like I said before, I don't like melee classes. Like, I just don't like playing them. Not because I think they're bad, but I have too much anxiety. So, I need to get away from people sometimes. I think between the two, I think I'd like Dragoon a bit more. Just because, I mean, come on. Dragoon is a classic. But, I guess specific to Monk, I mean, this is gonna sound funny, but, like, I like the fact that, like, you can literally take a weapon and literally just make it disappear, and you're just punching with your fists. That's pretty fun.
It is fun, yeah.
That's pretty fun, honestly. I was about to say, why don't they do this for any other job? Because it would be weird. So...
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, especially for some of your weapons. So, I like that a lot. Dragoon, I like how spiky all the armor is. Like, they're like, how spiky can we make the armor?
Yes.
Pretty spiky.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 100 on the spiky scale.
It says, how spiky do you want it? Yes.
Okay. Those spikes aren't to protect you from dragons. It's to prevent other people from giving you a hug.
Yeah. In some cases, that was true probably for a long time. Estinian. Alright.
Looking at you, Estinian. Anyways, but even then, I've always loved the aesthetic of Dragoon. I'm angry that as a female Makote, I don't get the classic Dragoon stance. I just have the spear planted in the ground. That makes me mad, but that's fine.
Yep.
I'm not gonna switch over just for an animation like that. That's pretty petty of me.
Okay.
But then again, I'm a petty person.
Yep. So, again, I've done plenty of bashing already for Ninja, so I guess at least let me say something good. I still love Ninja's aesthetic. It's a ninja. It's an assassin. Like, and that's always my aesthetic. I love that kind of shit. Whether or not I play it, well, that's up to figuring out and whatnot. But, yeah, I still love its aesthetic. I still love a lot of its animations, a lot of its moves, the whole ninjutsu thing, trick attack. I also love, they put, let's see, what was it? I like Horizon, just because you can just hit that move and go instantly into your Huton, instead of having to cast Huton, which is very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Where is it?
I guess if I could say something, I do like, I like all the options you have, honestly. Like, you have a lot of options.
Oh, here it is.
Stuff.
So real quick, I like how, like, Trick Attack will have enhanced potency whenever hitting the target's rear, but you no longer have to hit the rear in order to get the Vaughn stack on the enemy. But the other thing they added in Endwalker was that Mug also gives a Vaughn stack. It's just a little smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, I won't lie. I never use Mug.
Well, you're gonna have to start using Mug now.
Damn it. Fine.
Yep. Have fun with that.
Trying to mug my enemies.
To be fair, Mug is a 120-second cooldown, so I mean...
Oh, well, okay.
Which is insane.
That's pretty long. But yeah, I like how, I like the options you have. I don't like that it's a melee, because I'm too scared. But that's what Ninja is. So what's next? I forgot.
You know, it's kind of funny. We kind of already touched upon what we like and don't like about Samurai when you think about it.
I mean, I guess just to...
So,
for the sake of being thorough, I like how simple it is, surprisingly, I guess. It's pretty basic. You can pick it up at level 50 pretty easily. I don't know. I mean, you live your anime dreams, right?
Yep.
You get to be a samurai studying the blade.
Pretty much. And then there is Fuga upgraded to Fuko, which makes a cone go to an AoE, which that is a good change. The fact that a combo move was a cone, but the rest of it was AoE is very annoying. So it's a good thing that they at least upgraded Fuga to Fuko to make it AoE instead of cone. So that actually is good. However, I am definitely annoyed that Tenkagoken is not a cone, but yet Oginamakiri still is a cone. Just make it all one or the other, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
It's honestly pretty annoying.
A little bit. But, no, I mean, I do like samurai.
And also, I hate that they got rid of Kaiten, because I'm going to want to hit that button every time.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss Kaiten. I never thought about how important this.
Because it was so cool. You could hit Ishikoten, Kaiten right into Madari, and right before you swing out the sword, the lightning strike would happen.
Oh yeah, God, it made me feel like freaking Raiden from Metal Gear Rising.
Exactly. So you can no longer do that timing because you're basically gonna miss out on just like a half second of DPS. But even still, that adds up.
Yeah, I can't be Raiden from Metal Gear anymore.
I mean, again, you could probably still do it. We just have to figure out the timing. Right. So moving on from Samurai to the new class of Endwalker Reaper, the new DPS.
Say it just like it. That's it. Thank you for coming to the TED Talk.
I mean, yeah, I love Reaper. It's fun, it's edgy, it's cool.
I don't know anything negative about it.
I don't know.
Honestly, I wish they kind of expanded on the job story a bit. I actually liked it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it started at you literally started off with it. You only had so many
I know.
quests that you were going to be able to do related to the story of Reaper.
But no, we
Edgy is the way to go for job classes. Yep.
We stand the Dark Knight, not the Dark Knight. Why am I saying Dark Knight? Reaper.
You said it.
I know. I shut up. My brain hurts right now. Okay. But yes, we do stand the Reaper teacher. We love this lady. If you do not like her, you are a wimp. You are weak, and you'll be weeded out.
Sure, but yeah,
just saying.
I don't really have anything truly negative, I think, to say about Reaper. It's just a fun time. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Can't wait to see what they try to do for the next expansion.
I guess just to pull something nitpicky out, I wish I could use Harvest Moon more often.
The game?
No.
I know the move. I laugh at that every time.
Because whenever you're in combat and because you have to use Solso in order to use Harvest Moon. If you hit Solso out of combat, it's instant, and then you'll be able to use Harvest Moon in the next form of combat. But if you're in combat already and you hit Solso, it's a 5-second cast.
Which is a lot, actually.
You lose out on way too much DPS to make Harvest Moon worth it. Here's the only time it's useful is whenever like the boss goes away for a period of time, and you can stop for 5 seconds to get it back up. That's about the only way you'll get Harvest Moon multiple times.
Yeah, I'll admit that's probably one nitpick, but honestly, it's pretty minor when you compare it to everything else you can do.
That's the thing. Like it's just like I was just like, if I can just pull one really small nitpick just to have something for Reaper, that's the only thing I can really think of personally.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But no, I really do like Reaper a lot, actually.
Physical ranged DPS.
Sorry, hold on. Magnus, come here, boy. I got the cat.
Nice.
He won't meow, though, unfortunately. That's fine, though. Sorry. But yes, we can talk the physical range now.
It is physical range time. Probably the one where I have the most experience in now.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a you talk. But that's fine. Yep. First is Bard.
Yep, first is Bard. I kind of already touched upon this. I like how the songs were extended.
I love
Like,
that. That's actually
yeah, the cooldown is also longer, but it matches up better with how long they made the songs. Because the songs before were 30 seconds and the cooldown was 90 seconds for each one. Now the song lasts for 45 seconds and the cooldowns are 120 seconds.
oh yeah.
So
I like that. That's fun. I love the little music puns. I mean, it makes sense for a bard, but you know what? As someone who was in band for a long time, I appreciate it.
I love. Again, I already mentioned that I like Blast Arrow. That follows up Apex Arrow. I like Radiant Finale. I don't know. As far as something that I don't like about Bard, again, not much to say because it's meant to be a support class with all the stuff that I can get off. So it's not meant to have high DPS. So I'm not going to say that. However, I kind of wish Repelling Shot probably could do at least a little bit of damage.
Yeah, because it's just a jump back, right?
Yeah, it's just a jump back 10 yalms.
Not even 15. Okay.
Well, to be fair,
Red Mage is 15.
Oh yeah, Red Mage is 15, but guess what? That makes you more susceptible to dying.
We'll get there.
Yeah, which you have learned multiple times. So yeah,
I never learned this.
So I mean, yeah, no, I don't think I really have anything negative to say about Bard truly.
Oh yeah, it feels a lot smoother to me now.
It feels very smooth. Caustic Bite, Storm Bite, good. Shadow Bite into Ladon's Bite is good.
Oh, I do. I was a little, because Quick Knock upgraded to Ladon's Bite.
Yeah, Quick Knock upgraded to Ladon's Bite, but Shadow Bite is also a nice fun move.
Oh yeah, because at first I was like, I don't know how I feel about the feeling of Ladon's Bite, because I was so used to Quick Knock, but then after dealing with it for a bit, and I had to go do a dungeon where I unfortunately didn't have Ladon's Bite, I suddenly was like, yeah, I hate Quick Knock. Ladon's Bite is so much better.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like, I can understand it feeling weird, because it's kind of like, the animation is kind of like it's a charging shot in a way for just a quick little, like, half a second, and then it fires out. So maybe
that half second makes a difference, though.
Well, yeah, but it's not like you're missing any DPS because weapon skill cast time is 2.5 seconds base, and then can be a little faster depending on skill speed and everything.
Oh yeah. But it was good stuff. I like it a lot.
So, yeah.
Bard just feel nice.
And what I meant is Ladon's Bite into Shadow Bite, because every time you use Ladon's Bite, you have a 35% chance of Shadow Bite ready.
Oh yeah, and that's always, I love being able to use Shadow Bite more. That is fun.
Yeah, I do love being able to use Shadow Bite more, because before you had to hit a target that had your dots on it for enhanced damage. Now it's just a flat potency.
Yeah.
Which is nice, so.
And there's no cooldown on it because it comes down every time it just comes up. So, because previously it had a cooldown. So.
But alright.
I think.
On to the best class in the game, Machinist.
Okay. Okay. Why is it the best class in the game?
Let's see. You get machinery, you get a fucking queen that you get to send out more often now because you have a fucking chainsaw move that gives you more battery gauge. So that way you can get your queen out just a little more often. Just a little bit more often. I get a shotgun. I have a flamethrower. What is there not to like?
Yeah, you make a compelling argument.
It's smooth. It's not clunky anymore. Everything feels nice. Going into using wildfire is great. Going into your overload, hypercharge rather.
I have to say one thing. I love when everyone, because they were doing all these presentations regarding Endwalker about the jobs, and they were like, "Hey, Machinist is gonna get a move called Chainsaw." Somebody out there, I don't know who it is, I'm glad you exist in this world, because you made a drawing, like a little doodle, basically being like, I may be out of bullets, but I'm not out of options.
But I'm not out of options. That's exactly
That was the funniest thing to come out of that regarding the chainsaw.
Yep. And the thing about the chainsaw is that it has a 25 yalm range of a straight line. So I mean, so it can go across almost an entire arena, almost, depending on the arena. Depending on the arena size.
The chainsaw's so big. okay, technically it's not a chainsaw. You're actually shooting out like little buzzsaws.
You're shooting out like saw blades. Not gonna lie though, whenever they just called it chainsaw, I was like, yo, we're gonna pull out that machine thing with like a chainsaw and do like a swipe in front of us, because that would be awesome.
That actually probably would have been cooler, but honestly, what we got ain't bad.
Oh no, I still love it.
I think it's cool.
Again, not to mention the shotgun. You know, that's always fun.
Honestly, the shotgun is dope. Also, can we talk about... Okay, I know we're not really going to talk about PvP, but, like, can we talk about the PvP limit break for Machinists for a second?
The new PvP limit break for Machinists, they pull out a freaking sniper rifle and shoot that shit.
And it goes really far.
It is a 50 yalm range. If I can click on you, I can shoot you.
Not to mention, the recoil you do, oh my god, it's a huge.
Yeah, that is definitely stronger than a 50 cal.
Oh my god.
My goodness.
It's so good. I've been sniped by a machinist, and honestly, it made me very depressed, but honestly, if I had that power, I would do it too.
Honestly, whenever we did get that one PvP match with the new PvP, where we actually went against each other, I probably sniped you.
Yeah, you did. I was bad. I was like, what? And I was like, it said, like, I don't remember what it was called, but, like, it was, like, a machinist, and it's like, oh, Connor killed you. I'm like, god damn it.
Yeah, cause basically, you can't queue up with just, like, 2, 3, 4 people in a party. So, you just have to queue up at the same time and just kind of hope you get each other.
I mean, we got it once.
Yeah, we got it once against each other and once with each other, so...
It was fun. Oh yeah, we specifically were targeting each other. We're like, no, I'm going after you. I don't think I shot you once.
I mean, you killed me once, but I think I got you like 3 or 4 times.
One of them was definitely the sniper rifle, though.
Most likely.
Anyway, but sorry, I just want to talk about that because that's so cool.
I don't know. As far as stuff that I do miss from Machinist, again, it's old stuff, but it's the only thing I could really bring up. Hot Shot, before it's upgraded into Air Anchor, used to be a dot and a damage buff. And the dot and damage buff were both, I believe, 60 seconds. I actually did, like, even though reload and the way it functioned was weird and whatnot, I still like the animation. Just because it's like, oh, hell yeah, I'm reloading my gun. And then there was an AoE move that I literally think they just called Granado, where you threw out a grenade. It was an AoE move. You threw out a grenade and you shot the grenade, and it would do this little blast around.
That sounds dope.
That was one of your AoE moves back in Heavensward. Not that I liked Machinist in Heavensward, but I still liked some of the shit that it had.
Oh, that's upsetting. Maybe they'll bring it back.
Here's the thing, though. Those are old. Like, they don't even matter anymore as far as, like... I'm just trying to bring up something to say for negative.
Here's my feeling on Machinist. I mean, I do like all the shit you named. I mean, you get a mech, you get a chainsaw, a shotgun, a flamethrower. Like, you get all this shit. A drill, a crossbow. Like, you get all this shit.
With the flamethrower alone, I get to live out my arsonist dreams. I mean, what?
What? Oh no. I guess if there's one thing I maybe wish was, can we get an automaton king? Maybe like your queen upgrades.
Yeah, I'm curious how that's gonna happen. I feel like because the queen has gotten another move with crowned collider, which I love. So it's just an extra last little punch after pile bunker.
It literally does like a big JoJo punch.
Yeah, pretty much. So as far as what can happen to the queen in the next expansion in probably 2 years, maybe 2.5, who knows? I don't know what could possibly happen to her. I don't know if she'll get upgraded again into, let's say, an automaton king, which makes it like maybe even bigger and has like a crown or something. I don't know.
Maybe you'll actually hop in the mech.
if I did a move where I could hop into a mech for like 15 seconds and just do damage, I'd be down.
Honestly, I would love it, but I don't know how you do it. But I'd love to see it.
I don't know. We'll have to see when the time comes what happens.
Yeah, I'd be interested. So what about Dancer?
I don't know. Dancer's just fun. It has a lot of moves that you just keep going. Standard finish, technical finish is all nice. Devilment is nice. Again, the moves look great. I like how you still are support and having a dance partner and increasing their damage specifically with standard finish, and also giving them devilment too, and also being able to use curing waltz specifically on them. Let's see, saber dance is nice. Improvisation is that, and improvised finish now, because improvised finish is new with
Yeah.
Endwalker. I do like that how it also now has like a reach in on Dancer.
Yeah, because now, because improvisation used to only affect your, esprit, but
Your
now
esprit,
it
and that was pretty much it.
yeah, now it actually, does, a thing where, like, you get rising rhythm stacks, and then when you let it go, um, I think you have to actually hit the button, though. You have to hit the button, and then it actually casts a heal with a regen.
Yeah, to be fair, the regen does start the moment you hit improvisation. It just gets stronger with each stack, and then you can finish it off, and then the regen will stay a little longer
Yeah, which is
because of that.
nice. It's not just you. You are helping other people, too.
But yeah, it no longer affects your esprit, which is nice.
I thought it did. I thought it did. One second. Let me double check.
Dance to the beat of your own rhythm, granting rising rhythm to self. Stack increase every 3 seconds up to a maximum of 4. Additional effect healing over time for nearby party members. Cure potency 100. Duration 15 seconds. Effect ends upon another action or moving, including facing a different direction. Cancels auto attack upon execution. It says nothing about your Esprit gauge.
I think that's true because you get a lot of Esprit now.
Yeah, it does.
Actually,
It does not affect your Esprit.
that's actually I
And,
forgot
and
because
plus, I remember Raya said it in one of the Nest videos, and someone was like, "Ah, damn it!" It's probably Corey.
um yeah, because you get a trait now that what is it? Yeah, because it's usually that you get 5 Esprit per attack, I think. But then you get a trait at 84 where you actually get 10 Esprit upon landing, Reverse Cascade, Fountain Fall, Rising Windmill, or Blood Shower. So basically anything that's procced.
Yep. But at the end of the day,
So,
Dancer is hella fun. We'll always recommend that class.
oh yeah.
Here's
Like,
the thing. I set up Dancer in a very specific way now because I was like, man, Dancer's actually got quite a few buttons now. It's kind of irritating switching between the first and second hotbar the way because the way it was set up at Shadowbringers, perfect. Like my hotbar was set up very nicely. I didn't have any issues. But with Endwalker and the extra abilities it got and some of the changes that it got, I was like, I can probably somehow make this work better. So I have moves that are multiple on the first and second hotbar, but they basically the first hotbar is set up for all single target executions and rotations, while the second hotbar is set up for all AOE setups and executions, not including standard and technical finish. I still have those both on both hotbars.
oh yeah, you might need those.
Yeah.
um,
So, but yeah, it's a very interesting setup with my hotbars, but it's very clean because I will whatever situation I'm in, I'll always have it ready pretty much on whichever side I'm on.
answer. It's fun.
You cut out there for a second.
Oh, sorry. It's been doing that recently. I hate it. But no, I do like Dancer a lot. It's fun. Everything's shiny. I like the shiny, sparkly effects. It's really fun. I like how flowy it is. It's got sick outfits too.
Yeah,
I thought the first outfit was pretty dope. I was wrong. Second one's also really good.
pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, dang, I didn't think you could top that. You did.
dancers
Congrats.
dancers always got good looking stuff.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see what it's gonna get next time.
I don't know, and
Um,
then yeah, I don't know. I don't think I really have anything nitpicky to say about Dancer.
I don't really think I do either. I kind of wish I could use Starfall Dance a bit more often, I guess, because you can only use that after you use Devilment. No, fuck. I think it's Devilment.
Can only be executed under the effect of Flourishing Starfall. So let's see here. Delivers an attack, 600 potency. Yeah, it's a weapon skill. Instant. Yeah, I'm trying to remember now too. I'm like, wait, crap, what?
Yeah, after you use Devilment, it grants Flourishing Starfall.
Honestly, that it is kind of weird just because it's Devilment and not like another actual move, but
Because Devilment has a 120-second cooldown. That's pretty long.
yeah. So basically, Starfall Dance has a 120-second cooldown too because of that.
Exactly. So like, Starfall Dance is cool, but like, why is the cooldown so long?
Yeah, it is very fun though.
It is cool. I guess that would be one nitpick is please let me use Starfall Dance just a little bit more often. It doesn't have to be much.
Yep. But alright, now we get to move on to Magical Ranged.
Black Mages first.
Starts with Black Mage.
I don't got much on Black
This
Mage.
class is fun, plain, and simple. Like,
I don't have much of an opinion on Black Mage. I'm too terrified to do it.
you want strong
I would
AoEs?
say-
We got that. Want strong single target? We got that too.
Do you have cookies though?
Do you want to be able to move to whoever you want at any given time, pretty much? Got that.
But do you have cookies?
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Okay. Okay. I have to ask.
You got Foul, you got Xenoglossy, which are strong moves, single target, and AoE. We got High Fire 2 and High Blizzard 2 and Endwalker, which are so cool.
I love Larry. Like, yeah, I said Blizzard 2 in 2021. At least for when the video came out.
Yeah, whenever the video came out.
I'm like, yeah, that's interesting.
But Black Mage is an example of probably like a perfectly set up class. Because it has extremely high DPS. However, you do have to position yourself. You have to be prepared for pretty much every situation. In the case, which is how to say it. Basically, double-edged sword kind of deal. You basically need to be prepared.
I feel like Black Mage is a class for people who can galaxy brain more often than I can. And actually just understand the fights a lot better than me.
Yeah. But see, like, the other thing is like... like, in a fight where it's like there's a lot of AoEs and a lot of repositioning going on, it is...
Uh-oh, wait, hold on. I got Magnus. Damn it, I fucked up. I pulled out my Pocky and he jumped up on the desk.
Well, that's fine. Magnus is a surprise guest, I guess. it's your fault for pulling out the Pocky.
For those that don't know, I have cats, and yes, my cat Magnus. I say my cat. He's actually my sister's. He actually will play the Pocky game with you.
Indeed. As far as what to say negatively about Black Mage, I don't really. Yeah, no, I've been playing this game since A Realm Reborn. I've been playing Black Mage since A Realm Reborn. I don't really have anything to say. Negative.
I don't care. But I have nothing to say, but that's because I'm indifferent. It seems like fun. A lot of people like it.
The class just gets consistently better. It never goes down. It only ever goes up.
I mean, it is Yoshi P's favorite class, so
yeah,
that may have something to do with it.
A lot of people believe that's why it's as consistent as it is.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but even then, like, the changes it gets are pretty logical. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, but then we get to move on to Summoner.
I like the fact that you summon everything now. It's fun.
Yeah, you summon everything in the midst of a literal rotation. But the thing is like, with Summoner, pretty much everything, not including roll actions, has basically been reduced to one hotbar.
Yeah, admittedly.
Like besides roll actions and, like, maybe one other move, like Radiant Aegis, for instance. That's about...
like, I don't know, Physic?
Well, the straight answer is you just don't have Physic on your hotbar.
The only reason I have it there is because I have a lot of space. May as well just put something there.
on the second hotbar, just cause. But yeah, for instance, like, Radiant Aegis is on my second hotbar, but that's like pretty much the only action that Summoner has that's on the second hotbar, not including roll actions.
Oh yeah.
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. But even then, you have a lot of moves. They just all share buttons.
Yeah, you have a lot of moves. They just all share buttons, which is insane.
Oh yeah. It is. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
So I mean, I like as far as the way Summoner is sitting currently, I have nothing negatives. Like I can talk about Stormblood Summoner and how fun it was, but this Summoner is hella fun, even if it's simpler.
If I'm allowed to have one reason I hate it, I hate how long it took for me to finally play Summoner.
Well, I mean,
like, actually play it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, unless you played Summoner in Stormblood, you weren't going to truly enjoy it because you played Summoner a little bit in Shadowbringers and it just didn't click for you.
Yeah, just something about it just did not make any sense to me whatsoever. Even though I was reading it, I'm like, this makes sense, and then I tried it. This does not make sense.
But yeah, I don't. The way Summoner currently stands, I have nothing negative to say.
Oh yeah.
Just because if this was like they tried to put something on Summoner based on what Shadowbringer Summoner was, then I would bring up Stormblood Summoner, plain and simple, probably.
Oh yeah.
And now, just to satiate Jess, I'll say the second best class in the game, Red Mage.
First is the worst, and second is the best.
Hmm.
Anyway, sorry.
Far from the truth, but you know.
Whatever. Personal opinions. I am objectively correct, though.
I'm also objectively correct, so.
Whatever. Anyways, but no, I do like Red Mage. Thank you for getting me out of my perpetual stuck problem of being a healer Red Mage. Even though that's not really me directing it at a person. That's just me directing it at the class. Even then, I kind of like how, like, I do kind of feel like I'm, in a way, prepared for pretty much any situation. Like, I do damage, I can heal people and raise people if necessary. Tanking might be a bit hard, but, like, worst case, I can probably do it for 5 seconds. And then I die.
Maybe.
Well, it depends on what's going on. If it's a tank buster, yeah, I probably won't be living that.
No, if it's a tank buster, you're just dying unless both healers are up and they can both give hella shields.
Please. I am but squishy baby.
I mean, like getting Divine Benison and Aqua Veil from a white mage, and then getting a crit shield from like Scholar or Sage. That's about the only way you have a chance at living.
I mean, I guess if I'm allowed to have an observation, in certain situations, using acceleration feels weird. Like, because what it used to do is, you know, you use acceleration, and then you can slow cast Ver-Arrow over Thunder still, but now it makes Ver-Arrow and Ver-Thunder instant. And that does feel a little strange.
It's kind of like Black Mage's... Let me pull it up, just to make sure. I think it is Sharp Cast in particular. Yeah, it's Sharp Cast. Basically, ensures that, like, it's similar in the... You're not getting something immediately to be able to use, but you'll use Sharp Cast, and then whatever ability you use, Scathe, Fire, Paradox, or Thunder that you cast for the first hit will trigger their effects. So then you'll have Firestarter, Thundercloud, whatever. So it's kind of similar in the case of it is giving you something to be able to have and use. The only difference is Red Mage is using theirs instantly, while Black Mage can hold on to theirs.
Oh yeah.
So...
But even then, it's not a bad thing, but it's when I first got on Red Mage, obviously it's like, okay, let me just test some of these buttons, let's see what feels different, because, you know, sometimes, even if you've literally had nothing physically change, you still have your buttons. Something about being in a new expansion that I've learned makes everything feel different because you're expecting the change, and the second I realized acceleration works differently, I was like, oh, this is interesting. Not bad, just weird.
But I do like how Red Mage also has an extra last little bit for a finishing combo after their melee stuff.
Oh, yes.
With Resolution.
That's fun. It's like, I can't believe the Mad Lads did it, but we have a third part to the finishing combo.
I like Magic Barrier. It's another AoE damage reduction move for the party.
Yeah. It is, in fact, a magic barrier.
It also increases HP recovered by healing actions by 5%.
I know. Emboldened is now a flat buff to everyone equally.
I was getting to that one next, but you got it. Nice.
Yes, I appreciate that. I mean, I liked the magic buff that I got, but it was kind of weird that it only affected everyone's physical damage.
Yeah, it affects the party's physical damage, but if you... Cause you have magical damage. Even if you're in a light party in a dungeon, you'll have a tank, a healer, and if the other DPS is also magical, well then...
It doesn't really affect them.
It doesn't affect them. It doesn't affect the healer or the magical DPS. So now that it's just a damage buff, it's very nice.
I know, it's like we've been asking for this. It's finally happened, and I'm like, yes. I actually like also the new animations we got for Arrow, because it's for Arrow 2. Well, no, for Arrow 3, because we already have our Arrow 2. For Thunder 3 and Scorch. They all got new animations.
Yep.
Oh, and Verholy and for Flare. They all got animation changes.
Yep, which is very good. Like, literally in Shadowbringers we were talking about, it got an actual AoE rotation. And now we're like, it got better animations and another finishing combo.
Yeah, and all the Verholy, Verflare, and Scorch, all AoE. They're all AoEs now. Yep,
so basically, yeah, even more AoEs too, for that matter. Like, based on Shadowbringers to Endwalker. It's like...
I can actually do AoE combos now. I was telling myself, I can't believe I used to say that we actually got AoE combos in Shadowbringers. We actually got it in Endwalker.
Here's the thing, you got an actual AoE rotation in Shadowbringers. Now you have an actual AoE rotation on top of extra stuff for burst AoE.
It's fun. I like it. I like you're able to do like your big burst stuff even on AoEs, and it's not just only affecting a single target.
And again, like, there's nothing negative to really say about Red Mage, because Red Mage is another class that consistently gets more stuff and gets better with each expansion, because they're going in the right direction. They're not going backwards like Dark Knight Ninja.
So okay, I'm not as upset about Ninja, because I don't play Ninja often, but I am upset about Dark Knight. That makes me sad. I'm gonna have to level it at some point.
Yep. Alright. On the Blue Mage. Just kidding. It's cool.
I kind of just wish they'd do more with Blue Mage.
No, I wish it didn't exist, period.
I mean... Fun fact, you did all the stuff with the... Oh yeah, you have the headache emote, right?
Yeah, I have the headache emote. Like, I did Blue Mage. I did the stuff to 60. I haven't done the stuff to 70.
I mean, I kind of want to just level it just because we could just do the flying sardine method.
I don't know. I wish the time spent on Blue Mage was spent elsewhere, basically.
Well, once you level all your jobs, because you already leveled all your gatherers and crafters.
Hey, yeah, I did.
I
did that very quickly.
Oh, fair. Well, you already had all of them leveled up to Shadowbringers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, then I'm working on it. I got like 3-4 more crafters.
Again, basically what happened is in A Realm Reborn, I had all combat classes to level 50, but then all crafters and gatherers were very sparse, except for like alchemist and like weaver, I think, and maybe miner and botanist. In Heaven's Ward, I got almost all combat classes to 60 before Stormblood, and I really went harder on crafting and gathering, and I'm pretty sure they were all 60 by that time at the end of Heaven's Ward. And then Stormblood, all combat, all craft, all gather, 70. Shadowbringers, all 80. And now Endwalker, they're gonna be all 90.
Oh yeah.
I literally only have 3 combat classes, that's it.
I'm slowly catching up. Funny enough, I remember at one point we got bored and we were like, hey, we don't really like do any of the role playing in this game just because, we just don't. That's not really our thing. But we're like, but what would be like the canon reason why we would know each other? Like
why would our characters have met? And we came to a conclusion that, like, I'm trying my best, but Connor keeps beating me at everything.
Basically, what it was is, since I've been playing the game so long, it's like, we'll do it in a way of like, I'm an experienced adventurer, while this wee babby adventurer is trying to go through like a certain section, and I end up helping and showing all this shit and whatnot, and then it just kind of sticks from there.
It's like, yeah, that'll work, I guess.
So I mean, it is interesting just to kind of think of like random little lore, quote unquote.
It was fun. Maybe one day we should talk about it again.
Maybe one day. But I will say, this pretty much concludes our Final Fantasy XIV jobs discussion.
Yeah, pretty much.
And thanks to the idea Jess gave, it gave us almost an extra hour, which is fine by me.
Oops. Sorry.
Hey, it was fun though, just to kind of go through every job. Even if we're not mains at the jobs, we can still give opinions and whatnot. And you can all have your opinions as well. I would love to see them on comments on Twitter, or whenever this VOD is uploaded, maybe in comments, you know?
Oh yeah. I'd love to see it.
So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say as well. Not necessarily related to the jobs, but...
Thank you for showing up if you did.
No. Not a matter of that. Like, I was getting to that. Oh yeah, what I was going to say is, like, now that we got Final Fantasy XIV out of our system...
Yeah.
We will now move on to something else next week. I'm not 100% sure what yet, but we kept these two and the first episode for that matter to games. I think it's about time we move on to an anime next week.
Yeah.
We will discuss something because there are definitely animes to talk about.
I mean, I have some ideas. But yeah, we should definitely talk about an anime.
Yep. Personally, I'll go ahead and say what I'm personally thinking about, but we'll discuss it. But we talked about Demon Slayer Season 1 and the movie on Spotify. We need to talk about Season 2 now.
I got thoughts about Season 2. Let's go!
Hell, we have thoughts about Season 2 just in general, and yeah, I think it's time. Next week, we probably talk about Season 2 of Demon Slayer. Again, we'll discuss it. Maybe we'll think of something else to do and save that one, but personally, I'm thinking Demon Slayer Season 2.
I see you, Jerica.
Yeah, see you, Jerica.
Maybe we should bring Jerica in.
Maybe.
That'd be fun. But we'll discuss that later.
We will figure that one out, that is for sure. Alright, so.
But yeah.
Whew. Thanks to everybody who did drop by.
Yes, thank you very much. We very much appreciate it.
Zoe, Jerica, and we definitely had a couple other people drop by, even though they didn't say anything, but thank you to those people as well.
Yeah, of course. It was nice to stop by, even if you don't say anything.
But
Jerica always has thoughts.
always has thoughts.
Oh,
It's the opposite of no thoughts, head empty. It's all thoughts, head full.
All thoughts, head stuffed, full of thoughts.
Yeah, pretty much. Right, so anything else you want to say, whether it's regarding this episode or next week?
You know what? Sometimes in life, you just need to get a new job. Try one out in Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, sure. That works. I'm down with that.
I don't know.
Hey, it makes sense.
You're asking me on the spot. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. In one of our Spotify episodes, I did something similar that ended up putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I hated that, by the way. Thanks.
It was fun, though.
It was, but how dare you?
But alright. So, thank you to everybody again. Thank you for anybody who drops by the VOD as well on the channel once I get everything up and running. Sometimes in life, you just need to get a new job. Just 2022. Yep.
I mean, I did do that. But anyways, that's another story.
It is true, though. But alright.
It's true.
So, everybody take care, have a good time, and we will see you next week. Ciao.
See you next week.